All right, we are back for session 20, the big 2-0. We missed last week because of family emergencies, as is tradition, it happens. But the previous session, y'all left Bugdob in the camp to continue building the longhouse. There was some discussion about getting him some pets. You guys went to town and decided to go to the Mountain Toe Mine, and you met Don John Raskin, who you were to escort there. You found some Wererats in hybrid form guarding the entrance. They noticed you as well. You guys chose to stay about 30 feet back from Don as he goes in to talk to them, which took you into the mine, into like more or less the middle to find the leader. Don struck a deal with the rats that currently seems to work for everyone. Justin brought it to my attention that what's the alignment of the Wererats, and I had not factored that in, but I kind of did also. But yeah, we'll see. It's a tentative deal for sure. Who knows what happens. They only want you
We didn't have to fight them.
Yeah, for now.
Are Wererats chaotic evil or lawful evil? I'm just curious.
They are lawful evil.
Okay, so they have a set of rules, just maybe not the same ones you follow.
Yeah, and it's partially my fault because in not to drop another very popular D&D thing, but in Critical Role Season 1, there is a group of lycanthropes who are bears, wolves, etc., who are kind of neutral. So I kind of just figured where lycanthropy would be not... It doesn't necessarily change alignment.
Yeah, it can.
Well, look at Friend. Friend is considered a werebear, but he's a shifter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you know what I mean? It's a different...
Exactly.
So it's the same, but it's different. And he's...
Yeah.
You know, he's not a scumbag at all.
And these Wererats, right, they're just living their life. I think that you guys learned that they were pushed out of... Yeah, you did. They were pushed out of the shrine, I believe.
Yeah.
By the orcs.
We wanted to take them back.
But they didn't want to leave, which, So, anyway, they asked you to kill a burrowing crawler kind of creature, which you did very easily. You explore parts of the mine, leaving a lot of it unexplored, but you find a stabbed to death human miner, and you find the worm. I talk about, this little recap is, what the battle was, but you guys win. The rats and Dawn currently seem to be satisfied with the deal that's been struck. You go back to the town master, tell him what's going on. You guys purchased some cats for Bugdob. A bunch of materials to make, kitty Bjorns for them. Or Bjorns. I think Bjorn is probably the better. Bjorn means bear in German, so I don't know if that's how you pronounce it for the carrying thing. Anyway, more food.
They call them baby Bjorns, and it's like they use them to snuggle babies up against mom's
I know what
chest,
I know what it is. It's just weird that it's pronounced the same as the German word for bear. You know? To me,
they're Scandinavian.
Yeah, that could be, yeah. So you buy some meat. You buy a grinder to make cat food with, although they'd probably be happy with the meat. But some mason jars. I don't remember particularly why, but maybe to store cat food?
Yes.
You bought some feathers to make some cat toys, some lumber to make cat walkways, which I thought was cute as hell. And actually did take note of damage taken and damage done for this particular fight, and I'm going to try to do that from now on so we can kind of...
Oh, neat.
And not just damage, but, Neil, your fairy fire is there, which played a major role in having advantage on attacks, and... Yeah. Anyway, that's where we are. I believe you guys are in camp with Bugdob. I don't... It shows you guys... I think you guys went back to camp. So let's port over to that map. Where the heck is that map? Here we go.
I'm trying to plug in a few more lights so it doesn't look like I'm, in a 1973 V horror flick.
It's totally fine, yo. we have determined... Oh, shit. I mean, we have determined on this map... I thought I had all of your tokens on here. I didn't move your tokens away. That's weird. There's Neil. Larger than he should be. I don't. You can resize yourself there.
Size doesn't matter, but
Bugdob. Again, like... Okay, I guess this wasn't designed to... Yeah.
oh boy, we are big, aren't we?
Yeah, Rio. Yeah, it doesn't... You guys take up an entire hexagon for some reason. But this map wasn't... It's not to the same scale as normal maps, like 5-foot squares. So, resize yourselves. But what we have determined is each of these logs represents 10 feet of log. And I think as we build it higher, so like if we're just laying the foundation for now, as we build it higher, we'll like right-click a log and... I think you can change the... Not right-click. So you left-click it, and you can change the text. So if you want it to be 1 log high, 2 logs high, like when you build them up, you can put 3, 4 to like have the height. And I think each log we're just going to say is roughly 5 feet wide? That seems low. Hold on.
Are you tracking the number of logs that Bugdob has stacked for us?
Yeah, so far. That's what the logs indicate. So far, he's only been able to fell 3 10-foot logs, and whoever's moving it, I thought I had it in a good spot, but
yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine.
As you stack the 5 feet logs, in theory, you would want at least 5 feet wide in diameter. In theory, you'd want like 3 of them to make a tall enough building, so 15 feet tall to harbor Bugdob comfortably. And that'd be my opinion. I don't know. It's up to you.
Wasn't it going to be 40 long by 20 wide or something?
I thought it was 40 by 10.
40 by 10? Okay, yeah.
Okay, I can't move this log. Somebody's still controlling it.
40 by 10 what the height would be, what you're saying.
You would either have it be like 3 logs tall, so 15 feet.
The point is if we're doing a longhouse style, the logs go up, and then you have the rafters that go up like this, and so they end up being about 30 plus feet in the middle, depending on the size of the log, so you go across the roof.
Well, yeah, depending on how tall. So do you want it to be... Do you want a wall to be 20 feet tall or 15 feet tall?
What about 10?
15 feet is more than ample.
15, okay. Like I think 10 would make it hard for Bugdob to fit. If you want this to be a spot for Bugdob, that is.
Well, the thing is if even with the 10-foot ceiling, once you do the rafters up like this, that's a fucking massive longhouse. That thing is going to be, let's say you do 30 foot, you're going to have a 40-foot clearance plus in the center of the room. Think of it like an attic. Yeah, he'd just have to duck to get in and stay in the middle of the room, but...
I'm putting you and Rio next to Bugdob just to get sizing. Oh shit, a duplicate. Rio, you are 2 people now. Okay, just to get sizing correct here.
I'm grabbing a Diet Pep.
Yeah, I think Bugdob is roughly 1.5 times the height of Sarissa. That seems about accurate. Neil, we might have to make you even smaller. There we go. And you can always zoom in if it makes clicking and stuff easier moving around. Anyway, if you guys change it up, you're welcome to. Just let me know. But for now, I think Bugdob is... I have notes here. Bugdob is able to do 2 trees per day. I think you guys have been gone all day for this mission. And I don't remember if I added trees. I think I add 1 tree. I'm keeping track of it in the notes, but not as well. I don't know. And there's also some talk of having a root cellar under the cabin, so some digging and fortifying of.
Yes, we did ask for the digging to be done, so that would have taken him some time.
Didn't we say that maybe potentially we wouldn't have it under the longhouse, but actually move it out and dig it, like the way the Gaelics used to do it. Remember, they do the kind of the stone cairns and then dig down into the earth. That way we don't have to worry about anybody falling through.
I believe we did talk about doing it outside of the longhouse.
Yeah, you do it like into a natural hill or.
But then, the question is, do we need a root cellar, or should we just say cellar? We're looking for we want a cellar. Is that really what we want? Where we can hide stuff or supplies and then camouflage it so it's like our secret stash of stuff. So
let's do that.
Out of curiosity, I'll let you guys retroactively do this if you would like to. But would you have wanted to purchase any kind of gear for Bugdob to increase his paltry 11 AC? Or a shield? Or a weapon? I don't think you guys got a weapon for him.
No, he's using the gold belt.
A magic baby Bjorn that gives him like a plus. No, yeah, we should get something for Bugdob so he's not so sweet.
You're like, maybe.
A Bjorn that has like a shield component would be kind of fucking sick.
Right? So he could have the kitties with him the entire time.
If you guys could figure out what that would look like, I would work with you maybe. Like he could have tree bark thickened like a couple layers to fashion like a tree bark shield.
Could we have like the baby Bjorn with like some kind of heavy duty like chainmail that hangs down almost with like a cowl that comes up over with like tiny little holes where the kitties can peer out while he's walking?
Somebody would have to come up with a design for that and how it would work. Especially given that if the kitties are in it the whole time, he would have to keep that one arm at the proper position for them to have a platform. Otherwise, anytime he swings his arm, the kitties are just like going wild in there. I will put.
I think we should get him some scale mail and a longsword, a shield.
Yeah, we'll get him something.
He could probably use a standard greatsword as a regular longsword, given his height and strength.
Right, he could wield a greatsword like one-handed, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin, you go ahead and figure out what we need to get Bugdob so he's not an AC of 11.
I don't. What can he wear? What can he wear?
You would have to probably commission.
Because you have to commission it. Prada.
Prada? Is that what you said?
Is that what you said? You said Prada?
Or he was talking to somebody else. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He needs to wear Prada.
If you I'm allowing that to be retroactive. You will have to spend the gold for it, obviously, but I would say there's armor made for
Let me call it up.
There's armor made for burly, like thick, tall men. So if you got like 2 times that armor, and then had it could be leather, it could be hard leather, spiked whatever, but basically, yeah, 2 times what you would normally have for a regular burly man, and that's probably being generous. It might even be like 3 times given height and weight. But
so light, so he can't wear medium armor.
He doesn't technically have a class. I did level him up as if he has D12 hit dice. So he did level up with you guys because he was part of an adventure with you.
I think we should let's do studded leather, because I don't think it really makes sense that he would know how to wear like scale mail or anything martial like that.
He has the strength for whatever armor he wants to wear. Proficiency, I'd probably hand wave because of the strength. So whatever is
We-
fine.
Well, then
We
let's get
could
him. Let's get him plate mail.
we could dress him like literally like, okay, Bugdob, go get your plate mail, and then we'd put it on for him, and he'd just, the 5-year-old, you put the mittens on, you tie the shoes,
Yeah.
and then they're ready to go.
So
and we'll put makeup on him and give him like cool things to wear.
Right?
how I will make this a tiny bit more realistic is obviously you have to buy both sets of armor. You have to have somebody who is willing to form them into the armor shape of an ogre, which would also cost their time and effort, whatever. Maybe even a little bit more material, whatever. To put the armor on him, either you have to have it shaped in such a way that it can drape over him very easily, or in the case of plate armor, as with a paladin or whatever, like that takes time to put on, and he would probably need help from you guys.
Which
And
is what
he'd
Shannon
be-
just suggested.
He'd be loud as fuck. Because, like, disadvantage on
Yes.
stealth, you know.
I don't care
But-
about stealth. We just if we got Bugdob with plate mail and a greatsword.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
He also does not necessarily have to have it on all the time. So when he's just working...
Yeah, if we're going into a situation where I want our ogres to have on plate mail, I'm not too worried about being that quiet at that point.
Yeah. But just remember that if it comes to it, it will take him some time, etc.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
Would you like to retroact... sorry, Bart, you trying to talk?
No, he bumped out and he came back.
I know, but I saw his screen light up green as if he was making sound.
Yeah, I had you to post that pic.
Okay. Oh, shit. I don't want to take away from our... Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Ogre in a prom dress.
No, please, no. Not like this. So, you can retroactively... I'm going to allow it until the start of next week's session if you want to brainstorm it in chat, whatever. Or if you can think of what you would want to buy for him now to have it commissioned and blah, blah, blah. So you can...
I was gonna work on that, but let's not spend too much money.
The other quick thing was he spending time digging out an area for the root cellar, or was he spending time this day felling trees for the cabin? Or half and half?
How long will it take us to construct the cellar our secret hiding stash that we can like camouflage when we leave?
Remind me, I think you bought him digging equipment the last session, so session 18.
Yeah.
So he would have had a day of shoveling. Maybe, shoveling is one thing, but if he happens to come across some like harder, like kind of rock underneath the dirt in whatever area, which I can do a roll for it to see if he encountered that. Probably a very low chance, but he could do, let's just say, half of a root cellar and 1 log in 1 day. Or no root cellar and 2 logs in 1 day. Or a full root cellar and no logs in 1 day.
Let's get our root cellar done so we can basically that'll just be our well, not root cellar, our cellar. That's going to be our secret storage for like gear that we don't want to take with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were the dimensions you were looking for that? I may have spoken too soon,
20
depending on...
feet, 20 feet by 20 feet.
Sure.
Actually, 10 by 40
There you go.
would be
That works
easier
too.
to build.
Yeah, I agree. So you just build
Yeah.
it the size of the... Yep.
Would you like it to the north or the south of the log cabin that's currently being built? Or even to the east or west if you want it to be lengthwiser. Or kitty corner.
Okay. Wherever the geography
I don't know.
lends itself to the easiest way to build it.
And the easiest way to then camouflage it and obscure it.
The geography, well, you can also have it dug not necessarily right next to the cabin if you want it to kind of be obscured a bit.
Yeah, that's the point. You walk out and you find almost like a hillock or something, and then you burrow into it. Like I said, once again, you think of those. What they didn't call them crannocs. What did they call? What did they had a really specific Gaelic word. God, I wish my grandma was still alive because she spoke Gaelic. Can't remember, but yeah, you dig into the hillside and it's obscured.
I have no idea. Oh.
Yeah.
Crake?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Justin? And there's a very specific word. Oh, but anyway, they dig into the hills. They line them with rocks.
Is crake the right word?
No.
Carn?
No, carn is a pile of stone.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, trust me, if you don't speak Gaelic, it's not a word that's going to come to you. But there is a word for it.
My dad listens to a lot of Gaelic stuff, so I thought I might know, but I want to brainstorm with you guys here. What do you think? So let's think about it. A 5 foot tall human, so a very short female. And if you made a cube of 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet, how long would you think that would take an ogre to dig, sorry? Because if you can convince me that it's not like an hour, maybe 2 hours, because a 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot cube of dirt being dug out is a lot. So
Indeed it is.
I may have to
take more than a day.
Yeah, I may have to go back on my 10 by 40 being only a day. Given that it takes him half a day to chop down one log, drag it to camp, and place it.
Well, I think we should have him just focus on the storage, the cellar, until it's done and camouflaged. Because otherwise, like, how do we keep our stuff here? And if we want to take him, like if we're taking him with us on a quest, then everything that we can't leave anything at camp unless we have a place to secure it.
So you've started building this log cabin fairly close to the wood edge, by the way. So like visibility is possibly a factor. In fact, it might have been made more sense to build it a little bit deeper to the north, but for this big hole to be dug, you're also having to factor in trees that are in the way.
Right, which would then just make it obvious that it's there. That's why I think Shannon was saying, what if we dug into the side of a hill or something?
So you would want Bugdob to traverse across the Tribor Trail into the hills to the north. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're muted.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual hill. A hillock. I don't even care. Even if you're in a hickory oak wood stand with the herbaceous ground cover, there's still going to be hillocks around our cabin.
But he has to... Is he digging his hole around tree roots? Or is he uprooting trees?
Hillocks go up.
Shannon,
trees grow on.
Look at the map.
Into them and the roots stay alive. You line them with stone. The trees stay alive, and that way it's hidden. And so the trees are still there. You don't get any erosion at all. But it's built into the hill, and you could even cover it, but the trees stay alive.
Okay, cool.
Unless you're digging like underneath trees that have actual tap roots. But I'm assuming we're not going to get so specific that we're getting into the root structure of the trees in, let's say, our hickory oak woodland or whatever kind of, biome we're working in here.
Cool. So what I was asking you was for you to look at the map and to notice that where you are starting to build your cabin is a heavily wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
I have, for now, discounted the idea. Oh, I'm assuming that we are building this cabin amidst heavily treed areas and probably getting rid of those trees specifically first to like make way for the cabin. And to build the root cellar with the maintenance of the roots so the trees remain healthy and hale and you're like going underneath and
Yeah, that's
I
a big
need
deal.
I need some more.
Well, what you're saying, you'd have to take the trees out
Or dig
to
under
even
them
do it.
and protect the roots. And that's
So all I can say is Google it. It can be done. It's not that hard. You know, like I
Yeah.
said, as long as you're not dealing with trees that have tap roots, and a lot of trees, let's say there's like, I don't know, Doug firs or like western hemlocks, they're a real surface level. It's really not hard to dig into a hill without fucking up the trees that are growing on top of
A hill,
an alder.
yes, a hill.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Or even a hill up.
DM saying there is no hills where we're at.
There's not even hillocks. So the ground is perfectly flat, like a sheet of paper. We don't even have a 5-foot rise in this forest anywhere. It's just,
Do you honestly think that telling your DM to Google it is the best solution to the problem we're facing right now?
I'm just saying, as a biologist, like it's what if you're saying this is just flat, and there's not a hillock in sight, fine.
No,
But I'm gonna say that's bullshit.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the map we're
It's-
working with. Sorry, go ahead, John.
I don't care anymore. Just wherever. I seriously give like -4 fucks at this point.
Well, that's nice
It's
to hear.
Manitoba.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
So now we have permafrost too? Okay, so I don't think we can even want to do a cellar. Seriously, if it's like Manitoba, we don't want to do that then, because permafrost with the cryoturbation will just fuck it up. So that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't reliably protect or store our booty, then what? Then I guess we don't even have to worry about this. We can just focus on the log cabin. I mean, make it secure.
What you guys have done so far that makes a lot of sense is clearing.
Just visualize Winnipeg, which doesn't have permafrost. It's flatter than flat.
None of this is helpful for your DM is trying to help you figure it out.
Yeah, well, if it's like that, then John, we should probably go across the Tribord Trail and just dig into one of the mountains over there, then, eh?
Like make a pirate's stash hole somewhere in the ground.
Yeah,
I
or
don't think
just
we have
where
that much
there are,
treasure.
yeah, where there are hills, and if there's
Yeah, let's just scrap the whole cellar idea. I guess because what I'm saying is like I mean, because we can't camouflage it and make it like so that people can't see it and would never even look for it. Then what's the point of building it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I was not trying to discourage the idea as a whole. I just needed. You're asking Bugdob of like 4 intelligence or 5 intelligence to adequately protect the roots of trees, and if you wanted to build this cellar underneath the log cabin, that would be perfectly feasible. You could even just say that there's like some like you dig a hole under the cabin, right? And then you just layer. You have a wood floor.
Let's just dig the hole under the cabin and be done with it. And if they're gonna break in, they're gonna break in. Let's just do that.
And you could certainly easily, I think, dig other like root cellars, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, in between trees.
Right, build a bunch of small ones.
Yeah, so you could have a bunch of small camouflaged, but like you would have to uproot trees or teach Bugdob how to go under, and yeah. So for now, let's just say Bugdob got another 2 logs of the cabin, and then you guys can figure out what to do after that. What just happened? What was that? How do I copy? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that part is currently figured out. Take your time over the course of the week to figure out what kind of armor you might want for him, and that could be commissioned within a day. It kind of does look like 40 or 4 by 10 would be kind of small, but like 10 feet is a lot of feet. No, it's actually not, is it? Like my room is about 10 feet by 10 feet. Would you want it a little bit wider than 40 by 10?
Wider?
It could be like 40 by 15, and you could cut logs in half to do the...
No, then it'll take longer to get done. No.
True. 10 is not that wide, but it's up to you.
10 is not that wide. It's true, but it's long.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely, yeah.
It's gonna have like at least two entrances, probably one.
You
in
could
each.
30 by 20.
Like one end there's an entrance, and like the other end has the like kitchen stove area / entrance. You know.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to make like private bunks, but you could probably build like, you could build like thin walls that protect privacy but possibly not sound inside if you wanted to, or have screens for visual privacy but not sound. But you could do 30 by 20. That might not be a bad idea.
30 by 20.
Anyway, things to think about, and we will get to...
Well, I just want to know how we're... like if we're counting the log... If you can keep track of the logs, then...
I have so far been keeping track, based on days.
Okay, that's awesome.
And I have modified the owlbear to that. I think we're on day 3, like day 2.5, but day 3 of like total days, like sunrise to sundown. Cool. So for now, Bugdob is going to be focused on building the cabin. And if you guys want to dig under or dig smaller root cellars around the cabin to kind of like camouflage and hide little bits, and yeah, you can do that.
Do we have a lot of stuff to hide, or I mean to leave behind? Like when we go on our next quest, do y'all have a lot of inventory that we can't take with us? I'm not sure where we're at with.
I don't.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I do either yet.
You guys have left.
So it's not a big deal.
You've left like barrels of meat, grinder, lumber.
Right, our camp supplies could get stolen.
Yeah. The bell, as far as I know, stays with Bugdob here, and you've only used 400 gold of it.
Okay, well then.
But yeah.
There's not too much to. Well, let's not worry about the cellars. The loot cellars.
Oh gosh, maybe I should be rolling to see if.
Let's go get some loot. Put in the loot cellars.
Anybody comes across this. You guys did the mountain toe mine thingy. You're level 5. Which I don't think you've had to... I think that was before last session.
Yeah.
You would still know that your available quests from the town are Axholm, the Dragon Barrow, the Woodland Manse, and I'm happy to describe any of these if you want me to. There's a couple more that aren't like quests, but they're part of things. I think I mentioned the Circle of Thunder, which you guys have not done. I can describe where that is in relation to where you are in a second. Icespire Hold will be the final destination once you feel you're comfortable with that particular encounter. Tower of Storms, you could still explore those 4 shipwrecks out of the 5. I know there's one more. It's not a quest, but it's like part of this. Nope, that's it.
Let's go get a Dragon Slayer sword, guys. I think we're gonna need it.
All right, Neil. Excellent idea. Let's put a pin in that, and we will definitely get to it in the very near future.
Oh, okay. You always know best.
First, we need to survive the winter or the next few months so we can put a kitty highway around the top of our new longhouse.
Yeah, but the dragon's gonna kill a bunch of more people by then.
But the kitties. Think of the kitties, Neil.
Oh, okay.
Neil's song is going to include Sarissa the Brave thought about the kitties more than... So let's say it is morning. You're having breakfast.
Well, so hey guys, let's go do another job and get some more loot. Then, if you don't want to go get the dragon sword, we gotta go get some more experience. You want to go get the magic items off those ships? Go diving for treasure. Oops, you're muted.
What were our choices again? There was magic items on the ship.
You don't necessarily know what is in those 4 shipwrecks.
Okay.
But that is an option. And then you have the quests on the board were Axholm, the Dragon Burrow thingy, one more, and the Woodland Manse. And you also have the Circle of Thunder, which is on the way to one of those things.
Ooh, what's?
It's where'd it go? It's
if there's 2 in a row that we can get with our traveling, that'd be great.
So the Circle of Thunder is not on the way. It is to the northeast of the Woodland Manse by like 5 miles. And Woodland Manse is about 7 miles to the east southeast of Falcon's Hunting Lodge.
More orcs, right? There's another orc problem.
You heard there were spellcasters, I believe. Yeah.
Orcs and magic users up in the woods. And then beyond that, you're saying is the Circle of Thunder.
Yeah, by another 5 miles.
So if we headed back to where the ships are, we have our buddy there too. We could have him like keep lookout and stuff and
Little
help
crab?
us. Remember we made friends with the crab and we helped his friend, so he was pretty stoked.
Yeah, I'm sure he would keep watch.
So, what do you think, Bot?
Who's Bart?
Rio. He goes by Bart on Discord, so yeah, Rio.
I think that's a good idea.
What do you think, Neil? Have a day at the ocean, Neil.
Sure, yeah, we should. I'm all about magic items. I think we should just be loaded.
Exactly. And perhaps we can find a map or something that'll help you get back to the Feywild.
Yeah, maybe we can find a magic bow for Rio.
There you go.
Maybe we can find magic necklace for me.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so is that where we're setting out? Back to the Tower of Storms? Which would be roughly 35 miles.
And Bugdob will stay behind to continue working on the cabin.
Okay.
Yes. Because until we get his until we get his armor completed and the house done, that we should probably leave Bugdob behind to take care of the kids.
Yes, we'll get his armor and weapons stuff situated by next session.
Yeah, maybe we could stop by town though and technically like commission it on our way through.
I think we're gonna say that we did commission it on our way through last time, so we probably just have to stop back and pick it up.
Depending on. Go ahead. Sorry.
And we're heading west towards the water again.
Towards the Sword Coast.
West southwest.
Okay. Okay.
Is there any other quest out that direction towards?
From your current position, the Dragon Barrow is about 20 miles west northwest. It's not on the way per se, but in theory you could hit that and then make it to the Tower of Storms, depending on how long it took you to do the Dragon Barrow. I'm looking up travel.
We need to get the magic items so we can get more powerful.
Hey, I completely agree. And real quick, I'm going to say that when we commissioned the armor for Bugdob, we also commissioned armor that we can add little plates to for the kitty. You know what I mean? Like I can see them being tied on with leather stays, and if they're made out of like mail or something, you know, so they're made to expand for the kitty. So we're having little kitty armor made also, which I will find kitty a photo scale. Of, draw myself. Yeah, kitty armor.
I'm dying.
Awesome.
I'm dying here.
Kitty armor. Let me Google it. Kitty armor. Now I'll just draw it.
I'm sure there are plenty of pictures online of kitties in armor. Probably. I'm not entirely sure about the efficacy of such armor.
Oh no, it's just purely for adorableness.
Okay.
If somebody goes to grab our kitties, they get stabbed. They can't just grab the kitties if they're on the ground.
I could see spiked.
There's an entire Reddit forum about where do you get kitty armor. Oh my God.
I could see spiked armor being a little bit of a deterrent to just scooping them up, but
plus they'll be adorable.
If you mostly just want it to be decorative, that's perfectly doable. I'd say like 5 silver per kitty. And they could make that fine. They can make that in the same time where they're making Bugdob's armor.
Well, if we could go to the Feywild, I know some elven crafters that could make something really lightweight. Kitty could wear it, but it would work. I don't think they can do that here.
Hold on, I'm posting something now. And they need a little helmet, too. Hold on. I had to hard reset this fucking iPad, and it's just made my life hell ever since.
Okay, so
now,
on this Bugdob armor notes, if it is leather in nature, mostly, I'm going to say 1 day to commission it, to have it made. If it's going to be kind of plate mail, like full plate mail, 2 days.
Yeah, sure.
And probably a tiny bit more costly to do the plate version, but like maybe like by instead of 1 gold to modify 2 sets of armor of leather, it'd be 2 gold to modify 2 sets of plate armor. So nothing insane.
Yeah, we'll wait for that.
So I'm gonna put in my notes: commissioned Bugdob armor, commissioned kitty armor. And then when you guys decide if you want it to be leather, giving him like more movement and making him lighter and stealthy if it's necessary. Studded leather, I think is like what, 14 AC plus dex? His dex has to be at least 1 because that's why he has 11 AC. Because dex AC is usually 10 plus your dex mod. Okay. Bugdob armor commissioned session 19. So Bugdob armor commissioned session 19 with a note that says armor type question mark.
Oh my god! these images are great.
Let's see. And I'll show you the helmet we'll have made for him.
Oh, a helmet also?
Yes.
All right. That would take another day. And sadly, there's not a whole lot in the book. I mean, like, you really can't buy head armor. It's almost always like magic armor. Like a full plate has head built in, but leather generally doesn't. I'm okay with some leather head armor just adding 1 AC and plate head armor adding 2. But again, so the leather
This is for the cats?
I thought this was for Bugdob. The cats.
Okay. I'm sorry, I got confused. Yeah.
Cat armor might add like 1 AC if it's leather. Like ignoring everything else, just add 1 AC and like I don't think you're gonna get cats into happy plate armor.
I don't think so.
But okay, so these are your options. You have like a leather like full head helmet would be 1 AC plus to Bugdob. The Viking helmet, if you want to do that, would be plus 1 AC, but like a full plate would be plus 2 AC without like the face mask if you don't want Bugdob to be like half blinded all the time. As far as cat armor,
Like a plate helmet, you're saying?
yeah. But like not like lancers, like jousters, where you can't see through it really. Just like kind of protecting. Yeah.
So we'll get like what I think they used to call them, like Viking wolf helmets. Let's see if I can find a.
It's so funny that
good because it protects the back of his neck and stuff too. Let me see.
The entirety of the world for. Go ahead, sorry.
For Bugdob. This one for Bugdob. It would have to be really big though.
Okay. Yeah, that's an additional 2 AC. I'm okay with that.
The one above it though, it's the horns. That's for the kitties, because that's not a real Viking helmet, but it's hilarious.
That's what I was about to say about the horns and all that stuff being a myth, but
yeah, that's just like that's why we call it a drunk Viking helmet.
Okay, so what we're saying is the armor was commissioned session 19, so last session, which would also be the previous day from today. Kitty armor will take a day no matter what. They're plenty happy to do it for the coin. Speaking of coin, you're looking at probably purchasing. You're purchasing the entire, like, just say like a regular leather armor for like a halfling or gnome or whatever, which is the same price as for a human, but you're
So ballpark much more than do I subtract?
So we can figure this out later, but what I am saying is that leather armor for Bugdob takes a day. Plate armor would take 2 days. Leather helm would take a day additional. The metal helm with the thing on the back would take an additional probably another 2 days, because combining 2 human-sized helms and that chainmail down the back. Let me fucking write. Goddamn, there's so much here. Hold on. So, okay. The kitty armor can happen alongside all of Bugdob stuff. They're happy to have maybe like their kids practice on making this kitty armor. You know, their apprentices and whatnot. But Bugdob, leather armor, 1 day. Metal armor, 2 days. Leather helm, 1 day. Metal helm, 2 days. So you can decide from that information. For the leather body, it costs 1 gold beyond the price of 2 sets of leather armor or studded leather armor, whatever you're choosing. It's the same AC as the armor sets that you choose to purchase 2 of. Same with the metal body, but it costs 2 gold to put it all together. Leather helm, an additional 1 gold. Although there's no, I don't even know how much a leather helm costs.
I'm not gonna remember this. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Oh God.
I have some notes, but how about after session? We'll
Yeah.
just tell you what we want, and then we'll figure it out.
That's totally fine.
Yeah. And then I just need to know the total cost to continue to subtract it from our gold bell pile.
What it's gonna be is 1 gold to alter 2 leather pieces into 1 big piece, or 2 gold to alter 2 metal pieces into 1 big piece. And we'll say that
10 gold total, maybe.
Maybe we'll see. But we'll say that for the helm, since I don't have prices for like metal helms and leather helms, we'll say that 1 leather body piece can be modified to make 1 helm big enough for Bugdob. So you don't have to buy 1 of the body pieces, and same for the metal. But each of those would also still cost 1 gold for the leather to modify, or 2 gold for the metal to modify. Kitty armor. You have 2 kitties. You could buy 1 leather body piece for the kitties together, just so 1 leather covers both of them. 1 gold to modify it into 2 kitty thingies. And then you'd probably have some scraps left over to help fortify some Bjorns or something like that. I'll keep this in my head. I might write it down after the session.
Yeah, it's preserved for all time.
It's a lot to write down right now, but
yeah.
And I'm making it up on spot. Yeah. So that's where we're at with that. Are you guys going? So okay, by the way, I found travel stuff. We are in, I guess, what would be called kind of a province. No, this doesn't make sense. No, fuck it. This doesn't work. So a draft horse, which is what you guys, I think you guys would have been able to purchase draft horses rather than war horses, given that Phandalin is not a well provisioned like war town. They go, if you're trying to go fast, they go 5 miles an hour. Is this 5e? I can't even tell. It just says the guild store. D&D core info, whatever. I think that I said you travel twice as fast on a horse as you do walking.
Yes.
I think we said that walking...
I just assumed we had your typical medieval destriers, like everybody and their dog used to use. They're a multi-purpose horse.
So we'll stick with what I've said before. You have double speed. We were saying that you guys can walk roughly 15 miles an hour. Horses would be double speed, so we'll just say 8 miles per hour to round somewhere. So 35 miles gets you to the Tower of Storms with all the shipwrecks. You could instead go to the Dragon Burrow, sorta kinda on the way, if you wanted to, and spend like 2.5 hours in that direction. Get there by about 9:30. Do what you gotta do there, and then go to the Tower of Storms after that.
Wait, did you just say the Dragon Barrow?
The Dragon Barrow would be about 9:30.
Sarissa does not believe that we are properly prepared to go to the Dragon Barrow site yet.
Yes, we discussed. I thought we were going to the ocean to go explore the shipwreck. We need to stop in a town, see if we can't find some sort of underwater breathing potion or something.
Didn't you guys get some of those from the Midwife?
It seems like. It seems like we isn't that what that mystery one was?
Yes, the mystery one turned out to be swim speed and water breathing for some portion of time.
Yeah, so okay. So as long as we have enough for everybody, yes, we should be fine.
You could also, knowing that you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to your con modifier. With a minimum of 1. Or it's 1 minute plus your con mod minutes, I think.
Yeah, I feel it would be better for us to use underwater breathing potions in case something happens we don't drown.
So think about, you guys don't want to go to the burrow. That's fine. It would take about 35 divided by 8 hours to get to the tower, but to get to the what's the fucking word, the Midwife, you're looking at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-ish miles to get to her to purchase a couple more underwater breathing thingies. Potions. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'm gonna check on why my roommate's dog keeps barking, and I'll be right back while you guys think about it.
See, so we're gonna have to go diving. We're gonna need the potions to go diving.
That's what I was thinking. So rather than hold our breath, if we use the potions, that way if something grabs us, you don't have to worry about drowning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, and it probably, yeah. Okay, yeah, then so that we go to the Midwife and purchase those.
Yeah.
Do we all have money to purchase those, or we can all just deduct that out of our current?
Why don't we just take it? Money. Yeah, out of because we still have some gold left. We had got 400 gold pieces from, remember when we took a chunk of the bell? So we'll just take it out of that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll have to eventually, once we figure out how much the armor costs, we'll have to take it out of that as well. But yeah, we'll take it out of that. Dan says hi. Julie says hi.
Tell her Azzy needs to get her button gear.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to.
I'll tell her.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to. Does that sound good to you, John? To head over to the water and go through the ships and see what we find.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go grab a Diet Pepsi so I don't have to get up during the game. I need to stop drinking that stuff. I am just plowing through it. Oh, quick bummer story. I found some place in Longview. Had it all set up to go get these 2 kitties. She'd post on Facebook and everything. Turns out she was in Longview, Texas.
Oh, no.
I know, and I was so upset. Like, I had already called the local vet, and like, hey, I'm getting these. That I had it all set up, and then she sent me this a messenger that says, well, what state are you in? I'm like, well, I'm not right in Oregon, in Portland, but she's like, oh no. I was like, yeah, you might want to label your, it was funny.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, she only had pictures of the cats, and it sounded, and she said something about the bridge and stuff, and so it's like, yeah, you're in Portland, yeah, Longview, right?
Okay, so it sounded like you guys were not going to the midwife to get a couple more water breathing, or you are?
Yes, we are. We agreed. Yes, that
Okay.
we would like to do that.
Okay. I do not know what those prices are, so bear with me for a second here. Is potion of underwater breathing what I told you that first one was? Let me see if I have it in my notes. I probably do somewhere.
So we have the one.
I do not know where I put that, if I put it anywhere. So yeah, whatever. Why is the price not like right here? It should be in the frickin' item. Well, it's probably in let's try this. My customer is not, or sorry, not my Soad is not here anymore. I don't know who some of these freaking characters are in this. I don't know who Drab is. I know Flamel, Gravedigger, Kendrick. I have no idea who Rotron is. Or the player of Rotron. Or Hoot is unassigned. What the heck?
We have to build sidekicks.
No.
Should we our buddies? I mean, for our buddy, our summon a buddy, we need to build buddies, right?
I was thinking about that over the course of this last week, and I think what we're gonna do is keep the buddies not overpowered. So like once you get to level 17, you can't summon a buddy that has the wish spell, you know. But like if you want to summon a wizard or sorcerer, you could choose like 5 spells. Maybe.
What about the isn't there a thing called sidekicks? Isn't
There are
like straight out of Dragon of Icespire's Peak is what I'm seeing on D&D Beyond. I'm not
there
sure
are sidekicks.
but
There are sidekicks built into I think the basic rules, but Dragon of Icespire Peak certainly talks about them. But they're just a character. They're a character that you build a character that journeys along with like 2 of your PCs.
But they have very very specific low level stat blocks.
Oh,
relatively low level.
I thought you just built another character, but I guess I didn't read that well.
No. Yeah. That might be the way to go because they're very simplified stat blocks. With they can do a certain amount of things and that's it.
Well, at your level, and like you guys can ask at each level if it comes to this, but at your level you can build a sidekick that has 1 magic weapon item and 1 magic armor item, or maybe like 1 magic armor item and a ring, or like keep it simple.
Aren't there like 3 kinds? There's like you can get like a paladin or like a wizard or like a smart person. Hold on, let me. You know what I mean? There's like I thought for sidekicks, they're like.
I'm not limiting it to that. I literally said like
Okay.
you guys can do whatever you want, but and then I thought about
Yeah,
like
right here in D&D Beyond, it's like sidekicks in Tasha's Cauldron. You can get there's experts, there's spellcasters, or there's warriors. But
yeah, summon a buddy was not meant to use the
It's not
sidekick.
meant to use sidekicks. Okay.
It's a homebrew thing that
Yeah.
like if you just want to let Sarissa not focus on being a tank at all, just let her do her damage and have fun, then you could just summon basically Soad if you want to. You could summon a cleric as a healer. Whatever you want to do, but
Summon my barbarian friend Gonda.
you can do Gonda with his ancestral guardians and shit. I would love Gonda.
Could we summon Soad and Gonda?
Just one, just one at a time. I think I said 2 uses for 10 minutes each per day. Something like that.
So basically, like 2 fights per day.
Fights,
Math.
or if you need a really, really smart, like, wizard kind of intellect kind of thing to help solve some puzzles.
Yeah.
Whatever. Or you can summon a dungeon explorer that's, like, really proficient in all the dungeon exploring, to your heart's content. Up to 2 times per day.
I would summon Bea from that game we played with Andy.
Oh, yeah.
She was super smart about everything.
Wasn't Bea a rogue?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The, Jordan had the Hal character that was, like, proficient in almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Built him that way. Anyway,
Yeah.
I can't find a price. A healing potion costs 50 gold. A potion of underwater breathing that I'm also going to say I'm going to modify it to give you swim speed equal to your walking speed.
I wrote in my notes 80 to 100 GP next to it when I wrote down we got it, and then the little tiny question mark. So I must have looked it up somewhere looking for, well,
yeah, I can't find a price anywhere, so Roll20 doesn't have it.
I put 80 to 100
Oh,
next
hold on.
to it, so.
Potion cost list 5e. Let's see if this has it. It's a pretty fucking... Yeah, there we go. 180 gold? Nah, I'm good with...
No, I have 80 to 100 written down.
No, you do, but this list has 180 as the base cost. But it's whatever. It's water breathing and swimming speed for an hour. It's 50 gold per... That's fine. So 50 gold per potion. You guys had 70 left over from the... No, you had 30 left over from the 400 that you pulled from the bell.
I have down 70. I wrote that we spent 330. So we spent more than that?
You, as far as... Yeah, as far as the math
We haven't paid for our armor, but...
Oh, yeah, the armor was not taken into account in my math, but...
Right.
I was pretty certain you guys spent...
We haven't even totaled it yet.
You spent 370, I thought, but... We could just call it 350 and... Just call it a day. Oh. They only spend about 370 and take the rest back to camp, so whatever. 350 is the split difference between 330 and 370, so let's do that. So you have 50 more gold in your hand from the bell. You have whatever gold you have on hand. 100 gold would buy you 2 potions. You have to buy them from... Well, she would probably send those specific potions to town. So if you did not want to spend the extra... I think it's what, 5 miles, 10 miles? Hold on. If you wanted to save time, it's 5 miles. If you wanted to save half an hour, then you could buy them for 100 total. If you wanted to buy them from town, you'd buy them for 110 total. 5% markup for delivery to town from Umbridge Hill.
So we only need 2 more of them, right? So.
Yeah, we're saying you have 1. So yeah.
Okay, so I'll just write that down. Out of the kitty. One.
Are you taking any more from the bell, or are you taking it from your own personal gold stashes?
On the bell.
Okay, so how much are you taking from the bell? 50? Sorry, 50 from the bell? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's like a finger pinch of gold. FYI. I've taken note on that. Okay, cool. And we'll hopefully talk about the Bugdob armor in the next coming week or at the start of next session. You guys have traveled. You bought it from Umbridge Hill. You spent the extra half hour to travel there to Umbridge Hill.
That's where she is.
Okay, so that's 30 miles total. At 8 miles an hour is roughly 3.5 hours. So you guys get to Umbridge Hill. She's happy to meet you or see you again. Happy to see you're still alive. And by the time you're done, by the time you're done with your transaction, you're looking at about 10:30. So not even noon yet. From it's almost directly west from Umbridge Hill to the Tower of Storms. So we'll call it 35 miles. So another 4.25 hours. But assuming you want to stop midday for lunch, as most people probably do. 10:30, 2:30, 3:15. So like you reach there by about 3:30.
Well, we've got a couple hours before the sun goes down.
Maybe perhaps we could have Rio cook us have a nice dinner and get some sleep and start in the morning. Plus, we need to find our crab friend.
Yeah, what was the code word that we were supposed to yell?
Wasn't it pineapple? Yeah. Let's see. I called him Ivan the Boneless. Let's see, I'm pretty sure it was pineapple.
I think so. Yeah.
Because he didn't know what a pineapple was.
Oh man, I wish I'd taken better notes because I don't know what the code word is either.
Pineapple. It's pineapple.
I heard you. I'm just gonna go with it.
That's what I wrote down.
You guys never did anything with the octopus hide armor, as far as I can tell, but.
No, we didn't.
Well, sorry, not the octopus hide that you could then turn into. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it was a better cloak or whatever than you found otherwise. Okay, so 3:30. Let me actually take some fucking notes here. I'll take some notes as you guys. So it's 3:30. You guys found the crab. You told him the password. Oh yeah, I remember you. I forgot what his voice sounds like.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
What you doing?
Back. Oh, we're gonna go swimming.
Oh, I like swimming. They're sharks though.
Ooh, sharks. Ooh, sharks. Hey guys, you remember there's sharks in here. We're gonna have to take out the sharks. Can we? Actually, Does our crab friend, like, if I mention killing sharks, like, what's his reaction to that? Is he excited about that?
He doesn't. He seems excited at the prospect of sharks being less of a threat. And let me actually pull up a map while I'm talking. But he is not entirely sure that he is going to be a valuable ally in the shark killing.
Sure. Well, you could just stay here. We'll do all the fighting and exploring.
You don't want, what'd you call this crab?
Ivan the Boneless.
You don't want Ivan to come with?
Well, if it's dangerous, I don't want you to get eaten.
Me neither.
He could probably hide fairly well at the bottom of the ocean until we're done fighting said sharks.
You protect Ivan. Maybe even feed Ivan. A little bit of something Ivan can't get on its own. Ivan, come with.
Yeah. Oh, Sarissa will look at Rio and be like, tempt him with a mouthful of your delicious jerky.
Neil gets out like one of his pipes and puts some tobacco in it, fires it up, and offers it to Ivan.
Ivan looks at it and at you with your encouraging smile and reaches a claw out, and he's gonna be delicate about it because he could just like smash the thing, but he's getting the sense that you want it to exist in the world for longer than his claw, so he like delicately gets in the claw and okay, what do
smoke it. You breathe it.
Breathe it. He holds it like a foot or two from his face, and just you see like, do crabs have gills?
Yeah, crabs have gills that
Yeah.
didn't have lungs, so
So you see like
get modified gills.
the gills on the side of the crab's body kind of like flare as this thing is held like a foot from its body. You see the gills just kind of flare up and down a couple times.
No, their gills are right in front between their eyes.
Okay.
Kind of right above their mouth.
That works too. So still a foot from its body. Like, okay.
Cool, man.
He just slowly extends the claw back to you.
Yep, I'll take it back.
That was... I'll admit, that was like nothing.
Well, look, I mean, so just tell us what we need to know, and you should just stay here and stay safe. Like, I don't want you to get eaten by sharks, buddy.
Did we establish that you're a smoker before this?
No, we didn't.
I didn't think so. Okay. I mean, okay. I stay on land, away from shark.
Is the map?
The map has been loaded. The topography of this map. It says somewhere in the freaking Tower of Storms book part that, like, it's a sheer, very, very. It's mostly vertical drop, but like 20 feet or 25 feet, depending on which part of the map you're jumping from. You don't have to jump. Theoretically, you could swim from shore over to the eastern part of the map. Oh, Ivan is this little... Did I make Ivan this freaking antlion? Not antlion. What are they called? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Unkeg. Yeah.
Unkeg. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's him.
That's Ivan. Anyway, you could swim from shore without the swim potion. As you're looking at like half your movement speed. Sarissa, are you wearing heavy armor?
No, remember I swapped it out so I don't have the...
I don't remember.
Got that magical?
That's why I asked.
Trying to remember, what is it called again?
The mithril.
Oh, you have the mithril?
Yeah, the mithril speed mail.
Okay.
Like half the weight or
Then even
light
with
and flexible.
yeah, even without the swim speed potion, since it's not heavy armor specifically, your speed is the same as anybody else's. I'm assuming that Neil's gonna be flying until swimming is necessary.
Right.
But for both of you and Rio, you're looking at half your movement speed for swimming without the potion. So you could theoretically make it from shore, unless you just want to jump from on high.
With the breathing potion, couldn't we just take it and walk along the bottom? Pirates of the Caribbean style?
You're limited to an hour, and it doesn't sink you like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you would just be swimming your normal walk speed. So it's up to you when you want to take it. We're going to start, like, entering kind of a time-based system. But you and Rio both have the athletics, I believe, to jump if you want to, and dive into the water from basically any point on this map, and take the potions whenever you feel like it, as well.
Okay, then you guys should jump off. Then we'll save time. Let's go up to the top of the tower or to the ledge there in the back, and then we'll drink our potions and we'll jump.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So where are we jumping from? I assume you're all on this map. You can see the shipwrecks in the water. So you can start at like the bottommost one over here and move to the clockwise.
Yeah,
well, for sake of making it less annoying, although, yeah, we'll just say that the crab explored this northernmost one, so yeah. I was also thinking about how you get back up. That's gonna be, but that's more DMing than I should be doing. It's more like,
can't we just tie off a rope and throw it down?
It's up to you.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, so we'll just tie off and throw it down over the edge.
Okay. So any of these places we'll see is somewhere between 20 and 25 feet up, even given the slope. We'll say 25 because of the slope, just to make it easier. And I think everybody has at least one length of 50-foot rope, or 20. What's 25? Is 25 standard or 50 foot? I can't remember.
50.
Okay, so one length would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sarissa ties off and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have any magic or weapons that's going to work underwater, guys. So sling isn't going to work, and my panpipe not be able to play that.
You have a toinka.
If you'd like to ask any questions about, because this is a new thing for me, and then you can prepare. So paladins they prepare spells, right? Every day.
I think so, yeah.
You get to choose every morning, right? But rangers and bards don't, as far as I know. Like, once a ranger learns a spell, that's all. They have it forever. And once a bard learns a spell, they have it forever. Right?
I think so. I think you're right.
So,
Google.
Yeah. So, ooh, that's a tough one, because you guys have not actually gone underwater yet enough to know how your spells and stuff might work. Okay. I'm actually gonna, I apologize. I'm gonna go with that. You guys have not had any experience underwater to know how your spells and attacks and such would work.
Well, I just know that my spellcasting focus is my panpipe. So
But you can breathe underwater.
Right.
So you would have the air to... Well, so the question is, do you actually play your panpipe to cast a spell, or is just holding it enough to cast the spell?
Yeah, I don't know.
But either way, you can breathe underwater, so you have breath to
Okay.
push into the panpipe. You wouldn't know this, but yeah.
That would work.
You could, in theory, also not ever dive into the water and stay above it and just offer help as people surface, but that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, if I could range spells from the surface to
Yeah.
monsters underwater.
So you guys know your characters know basically as much as you as people know right now. So this is kind of unexplored territory for all of you. I'm gonna play it.
I guess we'll learn.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it like that.
Learn something every day.
I know it sounds kind of sucky, but
Let's just do it. Let's jump in. I mean, I could stay out and cast spells from up here, but I mean, I'm sure you guys have weapons that'll work underwater. Well, actually, oh yes, only certain weapons are gonna work underwater, guys.
Like a bow or a
The
spear
bow
or
ain't gonna
an
work.
axe.
I have my long sword. I'm pretty sure it will still work underwater.
A crossbow has to work, right? Because it's I don't know.
I would think a crossbow would probably still work. And anything you hold, like a javelin, stab with it.
Maybe a bow would work. Maybe my sling. Maybe my sling might even work, technically.
Yeah, right?
Well, we can always run away. What's the worst that
Right?
could happen? I get eaten by a shark in episode
swim
20.
away.
Session 20. Neil gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna guess like a sword would work and maybe a crossbow, but probably like a sling or something like that would be less. Because a pebble
think
is
so, yeah.
round, yeah, and it doesn't have that tail on it or fletching to help stabilize it.
Right. It would need something that would have to. Yeah. It would need some sort of not aerodynamic, water dynamics. It would need to be water dynamic.
Exactly. So.
I don't know much about water dynamics.
Do you have a little dagger on you? Well, you can just hover above the water, and
Yeah. Well, I could try my flute. I might be able to cast spells.
What I think we should do is go around the base of the ruins and tie off ropes and throw them down at intervals with a bucket on the end or something, so we can maybe have Frabby or you help. So we can basically get the stuff tied off on the ropes and have you guys haul it up as you go while we go and pull stuff from the shipwrecks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or we could go back to town and get a boat, but a boat could get knocked over. So this way we can just grab what we want, tie it off, have it hauled up over the cliff.
Yeah.
And then
I could haul it up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and the rope.
Depending on the weight.
Well, Ivan could help you too.
Right.
And then so that way, and then for me to get out, all I would imagine I'd have to do is just surface and see where I want to go and misty step up to said place. So I could get out of the water real easy, but I'm not quite sure what Rio could do to get out quick, other than grab a rope and climb up. So yeah, we could tie off. Let me find hold on. So we could tie off, you know, like a rope going down here, rope going down here. And like maybe a rope going down here.
Yeah, and then
and just tie it off and have you hand over fist it up onto you and Ivan for the bigger stuff.
Well, I can fly, but it depends on how heavy
that's
it is.
right.
Depends on how heavy it is. I can probably just fly it up there.
Yeah. So, and it looks like from wherever we are, as long as I'm at the base, I can misty step out of the water. Question: if I'm holding on to somebody, can I misty step holding them, or no? That's not allowed with misty step.
No, that's dimension door.
With you? Yeah, I think that's dimension door.
There's also like another like there is somebody who can misty step another person, but I think it's like a sorcerer or something. It's something weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just have ropes tied off a couple places.
Couple places, okay. So where you put those lines is where they are tied off.
This isn't very far at all, isn't it? Yeah. So, and did Ivan already go through this entire northmost ship? Remember he went through last time and all he found was that octopus armor?
We are saying he went through the top ship, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, where it's tied off, we'll just do that. Oops, shit.
And that's just so you guys don't have to like spend more time in the water than you need to. Just make it easy.
Yeah. So Rio and I, we can just come to like right here, just dive off and start exploring.
Okay. All right. So are you taking your potions now, as soon as you like right before you dive, or?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Neil is attached to my token, so he's gonna look like he's in the water with me, but he's not.
Okay.
Well, I can't swim very fast, but I'll just hold on to your belt and you pull me around.
Are you gonna float above the water, or are you gonna go with us, and then when we need, you'll surface and fly stuff up?
You know, why don't I keep a lookout, and I'll jump in. I'll jump in if if that's what you need me to do. But why don't I keep a lookout from above and?
That sounds good. And how deep is the water? Because I mean, if we can see the shipwrecks, it can't be that deep.
Let's say, because it doesn't. Hold on. Does it say somewhere?
Yeah, because after about 5 fathoms, you start to really lose the light.
With the land shaped like that, the water's not going to be really clear.
It looks like it's like another 20 feet to 25 feet down.
So that's hold your breath and dive territory.
Yeah.
We're gonna say you can reach that bottommost shipwreck in, we'll call it 30 feet. You reach the top of the ship.
Okay.
And then the rest are actually, they look similarly deep, honestly. 35, 30 feet, whatever. I do have
what
to.
We should do...
Hold on, please. I do have to modify what I said previously about the crab getting you that octopus thingy. And that is not actually part of the loot from these ships. The crab just found it. So all 5 ships are still technically lootable. Not that you should know that, but I wanted to make it clear that actually all 5 ships are still in play as far as loot goes.
Okay.
So what we can do is, like, I don't know, cork or something floatable something bright colored so when Neil sees it pop to the surface, he knows where we're at exactly, and like have a piece of material tied to it or something. So if he sees like something with like a little red piece of material tied to it, he knows we need him below. Does that make sense? Some kind of strategery.
Sure. Yeah, I can respond to signals, but I think it's still good that I stay above.
Yeah.
Until the last minute when I know you need me. Yeah.
Do any of you have?
You could jerk on the line. You could.
Do any of you have fishing line or string for some reason in your inventory, or a reason why you might have those things?
Well, let's then we can just retcon the entire thing that we planned it out.
Okay.
Like, I'm not going to dive into shark-infested water without having a plan. So if we need to cosplay, like, 3 more days of us, but, so we have a plan with the things that we need. So
somebody deduct 1 silver from your inventory and then put in, like, a 50-foot or 100-foot spool of thread or fishing wire, whatever you think would be most appropriate for whatever.
Cork and colored.
Yeah, cork. I think you could figure out something on your inventory that could float. So
you could just use bark and then some red or some brightly colored material.
Okay, so you two are diving from this southernmost one, right? From this red rope. Yeah. Okay. So you get down there in... Let me start keeping track of this. You get down there in 1 turn. And then if you're searching this ship, make a... Whomever is down there searching, you can both make perception checks. Or you can give... One of you can give advantage to the other person to make a perception check at advantage.
Oh, did you say do a perception check?
Yes.
Sounds reasonable.
I got a 12.
Okay. Rio, are you doing yours
28.
separately? Okay, with a 28... Rio would indeed find both an inscription that's...
A waste of a good crit, but it is.
An inscription that says this ship is called the Orca. You also find a locked chest. That's it. You find a locked chest. And that was 1 turn. So you have 1 turn diving down. Did you guys take the potions yet? Or are you just going by breath right now?
I took my potion.
Okay. So please... Okay. Oh, you did already, even though you're not in the water?
Yeah, even though I haven't jumped in yet, I did. Because I'm ready. I'm ready at a moment's notice.
Okay.
So, Rio... Like, I'll signal, and I guess he and I can manhandle it together. Or Sarissa can carry it by herself and go over and just tie it off on the bottom of the...
I would say...
The chest.
You would know, handling this, that it is of a weight that Rio could probably fly back to, like, flatland.
Okay. Cool. Could we just tie off some of that thread that we got with the cork? To pop it up, so like we'll say like yellow means come grab the end of this. So if you let it go and it floats to the surface, he can just pick it up out of the water and fly it.
So you have multiple colors of thread or multiple colors of cork? I'm confused.
Like red means get down here now, and yellow means grab the end of this string and pick it up like a helicopter and haul it to the land.
So you have red string and yellow string.
No, material.
Okay.
Like a flag. Like yellow flag would be grab the end of this.
Okay.
Here's where it is. Grab it, fly it. red floating means you need to come down here.
I
and
thought
we'll have white material too for whatever, a third purpose.
I honestly thought you guys were gonna just like surface with the chest between you and just have him haul it off. But if that's what you like to do, okay. So you found the chest with one turn. You tied off whatever color thingy, whatever, with another turn. It. Give me a perception check, Neil. To notice this tiny thread and or tiny cork amongst these waves.
20.
Yep, you see it. So you see it on turn 3 when it surfaces. And that is where that. So as far as Rio and Sarissa know, the signal has been set. You don't know if Neil sees it, but you can resolve that later. So you guys are roughly. That moved the map. Let me do the select tool actually. You guys are like here. Are you guys swimming through the water to the next shipwreck to the northwest?
Yes.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. You get to the next wreck in one more turn. Neil, what are you doing with that thing that you saw floating?
I'm sorry. It was a yellow flag, or it was a yellow signal, or the red signal?
It was the yellow. The yellow
yellow
means
signal,
come
okay.
grab the end of those. We can say we're using glass floats we specifically got for this, even. You know?
So Neil will attempt to pull up the rope.
Okay. And where are you stationed for this? Are you stationed where you think you're above them?
No, I don't know why I'm out there. No, I am stationed.
Were you kind of like watching them swim, so you're kind of like always above them where you think they are?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Right.
So it would take you...
I think what we should do is, remember when you were kids, you put that really long flag, on the back of your banana seat bike. You know what I'm talking about? That stuck up real high.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have those tied to. That would be hilarious. With little flags walking around.
So Neil, it will take you 2 turns to fly that chest to like up here to basically the closest flat land.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I could cast enlarge on myself, but that wouldn't.
It wouldn't increase your movement speed.
Wouldn't increase my movement.
Yes, it's not a weight thing. It's a distance thing.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So turn 1, you made it down to the ship. Turn 2, you found the chest. Turn 3, you tied the thing to the chest. Neil saw that on turn 3. Turn 4, you guys made it to the second ship, and Neil was like halfway to. So I'm gonna move your target. So like you're halfway to even ground there. Like maybe your target is here where you're kind of like closer, but anyway. So that is turn 3. So turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. Okay, so you guys at turn 4. You made it to the ship, second ship.
Okay.
If you're looking for another treasure, you need another perception check.
Both of us.
Yeah, or give one of you help for advantage.
Okay, I'll help you, Rio, because you're good.
So
you
Rio,
did a perception check.
Yeah, you have advantage, Rio, on perception. Rio, are you with us? It kind of seems like maybe not.
Yeah, Yeah, hold on. I'll text him. Yeah. I'll roll it too, just to see. Probably gonna suck, but I got a 15.
Well, that's enough. So, oh. Hold on. Let's back this up a little bit. So, you guys, during that perception check at the first shipwreck, would have also been able to figure out pretty quickly that it was locked. Would you like to spend any time in this ship to try to find a key? Or do you trust that one of you has lock-picking abilities that can help?
Yeah, I vote we just get it out of the water and keep moving.
Okay. From now on, just remember that's an option to look for a key.
Yeah, so unless Rio weighs in and wants to do it differently, we're just getting the stuff out of the water.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I got a 15 at the second ship.
A 15 at the second ship is enough to find both that the ship is called the Golden Gull. You find
Golden Gull?
Yeah, gull as in like seagull, yeah. Although it's 2 L's because it's not, yeah. You find a locked chest. What the fuck is that? Really? There's... Okay, that's weird. Okay. You can lock... Okay. Wait. The way they type this out is stupid. I'm going to assume it's all... Okay, so you find a locked chest. That is turn 5. Would you be tying the thingy onto the thingy?
Yeah, I'm tying a yellow string out to the float and letting it go so that Neil can haul it up, hopefully.
And Neil, I'm going to let you... what do you want to do with your turn 5? You made it halfway to flat land, but you can choose where you want to leave that first chest. So you can move your character up to flat land, like anywhere in kind of this region.
This terrace up here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your turn 5. So if you want to leave, like, if you want to find a chest icon, like you can put an owlbear to like denote that, or maybe you just draw something, draw an X, whatever. I don't really care, but however you can denote that there's a locked chest, like maybe an L for locked. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I guess yellow flag again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with turn 6, are you tying another flag to that chest?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's the yellow flag floating right here.
Okay. It will take you It will take you 2 turns, Neil, to reach that floating chest. So, turn 5 was you leaving the chest there. So move yourself halfway there with your turn.
Could he dash on his turn? Because then he gets double speed. So at least he's hanging out over it. So next turn he could, or work with flying.
To get to a chest, fuck yes, that's fine. Carrying a chest, not so much.
Yeah.
So you can get there in 1 turn, which would be this turn. So if you want to move your token, if you want to dash and use your action to dash, then yes, you can get there in 1 turn. Okay? I don't know if Rio is back with us or... No? Do you guys need a little bit of a break? It is halfway.
let's take a break so I can try to blow up
Yeah.
John, see what's going on.
Okay.
I could use a quick restroom break and a little bit of food, so.
I got it.
5:10 ish. 5:10, 5:15.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, for us, for you, Shannon, obviously like 3:10, 3:15, but yeah. Okay, see you guys soon.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, buddy.
Iva. So, to recap for Rio, at the lowest shipwreck, which is called the Orca, a locked chest has been found. It has had a string or flag or whatever. I'm just gonna hand wave it. I don't really care. Attached to it so that Rio could find it, flying above the water and fly it back to flat land. The next turn, you guys made it to the second ship. It took a turn to find another locked chest, which has also had, in the next turn, a flag attached to it to alert Rio to its existence. So it was 1 down, 1 search, 1 attach. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to the second ship, 5 to search, 6 to attach, and I'm gonna say that even that 6th turn when it was attached, Neil saw it and was able to dash to it. So we're gonna say that's turn 6 of the water breathing potion. What happens after the second ship is explored and treasure hunted is a shark approaches and is obviously hostile. Man, these fucking pages are ripping, and I hate that about physical books. I want to buy my next book digitally because I don't like the pages ripping out. It bothers me so much. But let's see what this says. A mean-looking, hungry-looking shark, maybe a little bit more scarred, a little bit older than you might think for a particular great white or it's a hunter shark, not a great white, so it's a hunter. There are no particular stats for this particular shark, so it is the same as all other sharks. But it approaches toward the end of turn 6. And
do we notice it?
Oh, the 2 in the water certainly do.
Okay.
You will have to roll a perception check.
Well,
we'll see.
Am I trying to get the chest out? At
you
this
are
moment?
at the location of that second chest, where it's bobbing.
Got it.
So let's roll initiative. No, 19. I don't know what that's from. Critical Role started doing none out of 19 because it's based on some meme, but I cannot find the meme or anything anywhere for like what it's from. So if anyone knows what it's from, please let me know. So initiatives from Sarissa and Rio, please. Where's my dice? There it is.
I got a 12.
Okay. By the way, not that this name matters at all, because you would never have heard it. Sorry. Rio, what was that?
He critted. Natural 20.
Plus.
Oh, no, wait. It's
not a nat. Justin.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
This shark's name is Daggermaw. Although there's no point.
Great name.
Yeah, there's no reason to know that.
That's a great name.
And he rolled really bad. Does he have anything on his initiative? Nope. Cool. So, okay. So this shark is all up in your business. And
how far underwater are they? Can I see from where I am? Can I see this happening?
That will be on your turn. Yeah. So Rio, you are up first, and I'm going to just assume that you and Sarissa are staying pretty close to each other. But it's up to you if you honestly think that the two of you would have explored like different sections of the ship at different times for expediency.
I would have stuck with Rio.
Okay.
But doesn't mean he didn't sneak away from me. But
I mean, if you're sticking with him, then it's probably pretty hard for him to swim away from you. So I'm okay with that. I don't have a token for sharks, so. Which is weird, because I thought I had all the tokens, so hold on. This white dragon is is Daggermaw. If anyone wants to label him as Daggermaw, you're my hero. But Rio, you're up first. Go ahead.
We saw him coming, though, right? Like we had time to square up.
Give me perception checks, I guess. Sure.
Did you say it's a hunter shark?
Yeah, but you don't know that.
No, I was just looking at a token. Did you want a token?
I mean, a shark is a shark, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a remora, obviously. It's not a great white, but it's like tiger shark, whatever. If you find a token, I'm happy about it. Replace the dragon. But yeah, give me perception checks if you want to be on the lookout for sharks. Because
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, the crab did warn you. So a 2?
Yeah.
There you go.
And Rio,
Board.
do you believe that you would have been... Oh, wow. That's scary as fuck.
Or I have a question. Do I roll perception or do I roll passive perception? And like, or is passive perception like a set thing that you always have? The number there. Yeah, it looks like it's a set thing.
So here's the thing, and this is a stupidly highly contested thing in D&D 5e, and it shouldn't be, but the rules do not tell you how it all works. If you are actively doing something, like searching for treasure on a ship, then your passive perception doesn't play a role because you are actively perceiving for treasure. If you're just walking along, traveling along, kind of minding your own business, then yes, passive perception, passive investigation, and passive insight would all play a role. But you guys are both actively looking for treasure on the ship, so I am allowing another active perception roll to see if you notice a shark. Rio, are you with us?
With like a floor of their passive, right? Like they can't
No.
roll lower than their. Oh,
Because
really?
they are
Good.
actively focused on searching the ship for
see.
treasure.
I see.
So active versus passive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a
So you
fucking
said-
hard...
but you-
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, but you're allowing them to make an active roll, so they still have a chance.
They still have a
So
chance.
the thing says that the passive check, the DM wants to secretly determine whether the characters succeed at something without rolling the dice, such as noticing a hidden monster.
Yeah.
So
And in fact, the shark does not necessarily have any bonuses to its stealth, so... But it did roll a 15 plus its dex of 1, so 16. So that's higher than your 2. Rio, are you with us?
Yes.
Give me a perception check to have noticed the shark coming up on you to alert yourself and Miss Sarissa Strangeway.
18.
So Rio would have seen the shark by the time it was within like 30, 20 feet, whatever. Let's say 30. So as it was swimming up to you. So if I would assume he would possibly notify you in some way since you guys are sticking like side by side.
Mhm.
So you know the shark is coming. And I'll even give you that the shark didn't make it all the way to you. So yeah, we'll give you that. Did make it all the way to you. It is Rio's turn first, and then Neil, you're up next. Sarissa on deck, and then Shark last.
Well, I think I'm going to ventilate Mr. Shark.
Go ahead. I don't see your...
20 to hit.
Okay, that hits. From what I...
damage.
Sorry, say that one more time.
It has not taken damage.
Correct.
So, no Colossus Slayer, but piercing damage is 13.
Okay. From what I know of underwater combat, your arrow, since it is a projectile weapon, is fine, unencumbered at your minimum range only. Which you still don't know, but I just gave you that, so whatever. You said 13 damage.
Second arrow.
Okay.
16. Hit or a miss?
Hits.
Damage 11.
That's with your Colossus?
That is with the Colossus because now it's taken damage.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to use your 30 feet of movement or bonus action? I think we said that you're allowed a weapon swap once per turn, and I don't think we said it was part of like a bonus action or whatever. It's just like a free thingy, so you could theoretically swap to your sword and shield or move away, or up to you.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a good idea to deal with Mr. Shark. And switch to shield and rapier.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that new AC and everything in mind. Are you moving or staying like kind of up front? Oh fuck. Oh no. So...
next to Sarissa.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Stay next to Sarissa for providing partial coverage to her.
Okay. Up next is indeed... Oh, it's Neil. So, Neil, you're going to have to give me a perception check to see if you notice anything that's happening.
And I was going to say the second Rio alerted me, Sarissa would have let the float go with the red flag. Like it, right there, just went boop and let it go. So it immediately pops up.
You guys did not have a surprise round on the shark that was approaching you, so you'd have to do that on your turn.
Okay, here's my perception check.
13. You currently... No, they're at least 10 feet down. There are waves coming. You do not notice that there's anything going on under the water so far. So not knowing that there's a shark coming.
I would pick up the chest and try to start taking it back up to the ledge.
Okay. You have...
I don't know if I can dash with the chest or...
If you want to dash... No, you can't dash... Well... What I think, okay, I made this unclear, and that's my fault. When laden as a fairy, a small fairy with this chest, you can still move your full movement speed in one turn. You just can't the dash option is not on the table.
That totally makes sense. Yeah.
So you could think about it as you are moving 15 feet per round, and you can dash for 30, or you can't dash when you're this heavy. But
Yeah.
don't bother measuring it. It will take you 2 turns, laden with this chest, to get to the land.
Okay. Well,
In combat. Oh, that's a tough one because I don't think you'd be. You're flying. You're just flying back. I don't think you would even know combat is happening. So.
No, I don't. Neil's just like, wee, magic items, and he's grabbing the chest and he's flying back.
You make it halfway. All right. So, up next is Sarissa.
So, I would let the float with the red flag go.
Okay. We'll call that a free action.
And I'll fire up Shield of Faith around myself.
Okay. That's a bonus action.
Yep.
Anything with your action or movement?
No, I'm just going to stay right next to Rio.
Next to, but partially behind? Okay. Cool. It is Sharky Shark's turn, and he will swim toward the one that damaged him. And according to this stat block, he only has 1 attack. So that rolled around a bunch. 12 plus 6 to hit. So does 18 hit your armor class with your sword and shield, Rio?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay. So it does 2d8 plus 4. Not that you should know that, but it's 2, 6, 8 plus 4 is 12. So you take 12 damage. Piercing, if that matters. And Daggermaw is all up in your business in melee range. I will say, just for the sake of things, to make it easier, though it probably doesn't matter. No, actually, it's not. It could not. Just where it's positioned, you would know, Sarissa, it would not get an attack of opportunity against you because you are not within its melee range. In case that matters. So I'm going to keep it where it is because it doesn't think strategically like that.
Okay.
Okay,
So
hold
if
on.
I moved away from it, he doesn't get an opportunity attack, but if I can still move towards him. Okay.
As far as, yeah.
Yeah. Sharks are pretty singular when they're in attack mode.
Oh, yeah. There's something else here, so let me just figure out. Okay. We are back to the top of the round, so Rio, you're up.
Okay, stabby, rapier.
Gimme attack rollies.
14.
12. You said 14?
Yeah.
Why is it higher than the 12 that you rolled?
Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't apply.
What? Sorry?
That's a 12.
Okay.
That extra 2 didn't apply. That's a 12.
Okay. I think that still hits, so let me just make sure. That still hits. So give me the damage on the first hit.
Done.
So 7 plus, okay. Ba. Okay. Next attack. If you're doing it. Hits as well.
The Colossus Slayer does not apply, so that's an 8.
Because is it only one time per turn?
Right.
Okay. All right. It's looking hit. It's looking like it's been damaged for sure. It's been bloodied for sure. Next up is Neil. Give me one more actually, sorry. Do you want to move or use a bonus action on your turn? Rio?
Nope. Stay put.
Okay, cool. Neil, just give me a free perception check on your turn.
Ooh, a crit.
Fuck, yeah. You notice the red flag. You just, happen to glance back behind you because you love your paladin friend, Sarissa, and you worry about her. So you see the red flag that has drifted to the surface of the water, and you guys have discussed what that means.
Yes. So, man,
You are halfway. Let's say it would.
no.
Yeah, you're carrying the thing. You're halfway.
I just have to. If I turn around, can I drop off the chest in its little floating, or attach it to its floater, or how is it?
The chest.
If you drop,
Go ahead.
I'm assuming if you dropped it, that the floater would just, it would just float back up and, and be like wherever he dropped it, unless he's in deeper water.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I need to have a place to put the chest. Is all. So if I can put the chest back where I picked it up,
You drop it.
so it won't sink, then that's what I would do.
Give me an intelligence check.
I would assume
That's about Neil right there.
from where the ships are that it slowly, as he heads in, gets a little bit more shallow. So if he was to drop it anywhere from where he picked it up to, where he hits the cliff, it would theoretically, the way it usually works, be less shallow than where he picked it up. So there shouldn't be the problem of the float getting yanked under because it's deeper. You know what I mean? Like if I have 5 fathoms of rope attached to it with the floater on top, as long as you dropped it in 30, 29, 28, 27 feet of water, the float would then float with the current off in one direction or the other, but it wouldn't be pulled under. Unless there's something weird about this geography where it gets deeper as it heads into the shallows.
All right, since you're done now, Neil, with your 11 intelligence, I would say that you would know that this chest is heavy. If you drop it, it will likely sink, as heavy things tend to do in the water.
Yep.
Even with an 11, 11 is slightly above normal human intelligence, and normal humans can gain that much, obviously. So it's up to you with that knowledge what you want to do.
Okay. I guess I'm not clear on the floater system. I can't just attach it to.
So you would know it still has the yellow flaggy thing attached to it that's long enough to make it to the surface for you to notice it exists.
Yeah.
And
But then I pull it. So then the chest was tied to the end of the chest was tied, or the rope was tied to the chest, and I pulled the chest up, right?
yes.
So I'm holding on to the very end of the rope, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. And there's nothing I can do except
Well,
drop it.
like
Or take...
a tiny little Chinook helicopter.
That's a weird stretch, but
Well, for helicopter logging, have you ever seen helicopter logging? It comes down, it hovers, it grabs the end, and it just picks whatever it is up, and it's swinging down from however many feet of cable. It's hilarious to watch.
you're adding a lot of out-of-game knowledge that the in-game character probably wouldn't know. So
Oh.
you know that you are grabbing onto a flag or string or whatever, and it's heavy. You know that heavy things tend to sink. That's what you know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can always just go recover the treasure later. So I would be like, oh, we can get this later, and I just dive in, let
Okay.
it sink.
So free action to let it fall.
Yeah.
Okay. The free action also for perception. So you have your action, bonus action, and movement. And you see the flag where she put the red flag here.
Yes. How far can I get?
It's still roughly like your movement. Since we said it was to be 2 turns to get back to land, then it's 1 turn to move your normal movement speed to there.
But I'm not carrying the chest.
You dropped it, as far as I know.
Right. So I can't dive in and go any deeper.
Your action got you to like the water level of where that red flag is.
My action, not my.
Sorry, not your movement. Your movement got you there.
Oh yeah, my move got me to the surface of the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to put any markers on the screen aside from this red line because I think the red line is sufficient for what we need to be in. So yeah,
Then,
you've used your movement.
and I can see the shark. How many feet am I from the shark?
Yeah, you can see the shark. Yes, you can see the shark. You're within, let's say, 15 to 20 feet max.
Okay, then I will cast. Sleep at 2nd level.
Okay. What does that do to the hit points for sleep?
An additional 2d8. So 5d8 plus 2d8. So it's 7d8.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So let's see. 7. Hopefully that'll take care of it. 78. Here it comes. 29.
Okay. What does it tell you about, like, read, whatever part of that spell, like, tells you, like, if you know it took effect?
Let's see. What do you mean?
Like, does it tell you whether or not you are totally aware that it took effect the immediate time you cast it, or on the next turn they're asleep, or, like, what does it say for that?
Doesn't say anything about that.
Okay. So the effect should theoretically be immediate?
Yeah. Falls unconscious.
You said 29.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yes.
Hold on. I have to be very, very careful just to be totally transparent.
You have to target an area,
I have to target an area, and
which theoretically would exclude.
And I have to make sure that I don't catch Rio and Sarissa.
Yeah. I figured as much. Is it a 20-foot radius, 10-foot radius?
20-foot radius, yeah.
Okay, that's doable. Easy.
Yeah. Okay.
It does indeed fall asleep.
Asleep, little sharky.
Are you still out of the water?
No, I probably just in just enough to like see, and
I'd be okay with you being able to breach the, yeah.
I want to use my water breathing. I want to say that I was
Sure.
breathing underwater. So.
We had turn. Hold on, let me keep track of turns here. It probably won't make a difference, but let me just keep track. that was all turn 1. This is the turn 2. Okay. Next up is Sarissa, and then Neil, if you would like to look up... actually, do you want to use a bonus action? You have Bardic Inspo, probably, but...
Yeah.
Which might be based on your ability to vocalize, but... I think we said playing the pan flute would be fine.
It would be, based upon somebody that can hear me, so...
If you're playing the pan flute or sing... Like, you can breathe underwater, you can probably sing or talk underwater. I don't really care, it's fine. Okay. Neil, please quickly look up what being asleep means as far as conditions and...
Unconscious.
Yeah, so do they have advantage on melee attacks?
Let's see, unconscious.
I have it somewhere, but...
An unconscious creature is capacitated.
Incapacitated.
Same condition, incapacitated. An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions, and that does not say anything about.
It doesn't say they're like paralyzed or considered blah blah blah.
No, it just says can't take actions or reactions.
Okay, I'll trust that. That's fine with me. So Sarissa, it's your turn. You have a sleepy shark, very close to you, but not in melee range yet.
Okay, well, I'll move and I'll stab the shark.
Okay. Attack roll.
Long sword. So, 17 plus 7, 24.
Yeah, that hits, yeah.
Okay, so he takes, 5. He takes 11 points damage.
Okay.
And then, I'll swing at him again.
Okay.
My extra attack, I'm a paladin at 5th level.
Yep.
I can't see, so 11?
That actually misses. Just barely.
Okay.
So, like, your sword, for some reason, like, the blunt side of the sword strikes off the shark's tough exterior.
Okay. And does he take an opportunity attack if I move away?
You don't know, but if you want to give me an intelligence check really quick.
Intelligence. What is intelligence? Oh, it's up here. Duh. Well, I have an intelligence of 10, and I just rolled an 8, so I'm preoccupied, obviously.
I still think that even an intelligence of 8 would understand that a sleeping creature probably wouldn't get an opportunity attack against you.
Okay, I'll just take like a step back, not like move away, but move back just enough that if Rio's gonna try to do something, I'm not gonna get in the way or in the crossfire. Does that make sense?
Move yourself wherever you want to, within your 30 feet or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just move just so that way, you know.
I don't know why Neil's attached to you. I don't understand that.
Cool.
I thought he was unattached, but cool. All right, so it is the shark's turn. What does the sleep say? Does it last for?
That's it. I mean,
for a minute?
No.
A turn? 2 turns? Until it's damaged? Probably until it's damaged, actually. Probably.
Oh yeah. I guess unconscious also does say that attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits creature is a crit. Yeah, it's just like paralyzed.
Okay, hold on a second. We're missing a lot of things here.
Yeah, so that last attack by Sarissa would have had advantage because the shark was
sleepy,
unconscious. Because sleep induces the unconscious condition.
Yep.
So should I roll again because I missed on the first one and try with an advantage?
You're welcome to try for the crit on the first one, and for a regular hit or crit maybe on the second one.
Okay, so this is for the first one.
So no crit. Gotcha.
the second one I got a 15.
So your
22.
second attack would have hit, so you can roll damage for that one.
Okay, so that was 3 plus 6, 9.
Okay. Okay. Magical slumber, blah, blah, blah. But hold on just a second. So,
Duration 1 minute.
yeah, but if they're hit, I'm pretty sure they wake up. So let me just read this really quick.
No, because it
Really?
says, it says each creature affected by this spell falls unconscious, and until the spell ends, the sleeper takes damage.
Yep.
Or
there you go, bud. Until the sleeper takes
yes,
damage.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. So yep. So taking damage would wake him up.
So that second attack actually would not have hit. You would not have had advantage on it. We went through a wild journey there together.
But what do you mean? Well, I mean
the first attack that she hit with hit him, woke him up, so she would no longer have advantage on the second attack, which made it hit, which the 11 didn't hit the first strike. So yeah. Okay, so on the shark's turn, 2 more sharky sharks join the fun. And they, with their 30 feet of movement speed, is plenty to join y'all. We'll say this one came from like this direction, whatever. Okay, cool. So let's label this really quick. I'll roll initiative for them. They might not necessarily attack on its turn. Okay. Oh, fuck. I've been entirely ignoring underwater combat's rules as far as like melee attacks. Okay, so going forward from now, Rio was fine with his ranged piercing attack, but for now, I mean, you could theoretically use your sword, Sarissa, for piercing, and I'd be fine with that as being just like a stabby attack rather than a slash motion.
Yeah, that's
so
just like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
It seems like trying to swing underwater. It's hard.
Exactly.
Water.
But like stabbing isn't that bad. Like piercing, javelins with a sword, it's fine.
Yeah.
So shark 1. Yeah. Okay, and then shark 2, even worse. Awesome. Okay, so even though these sharks have joined the fray, it is not their turns yet. And by the way, Daggermaw is looking fucking bad. So we have Daggermaw. It is his turn. He didn't summon the sharks. They just happened to come on his turn, as is what the rules tell me. Here we go. So Daggermaw would attempt to attack Rio, because that's who he's right next to. And that's who is currently bleeding. Since Rio has taken damage. Rio, you have taken damage, right?
That's right.
I thought so.
And my 18.
Still 18. So 16 was the higher of my 2 rolls. They get +6 to the attack, so that will definitely hit with a 22. We are looking at 2d8 plus 4 again. So 5, right, plus 4. So 14 damage, piercing, if that matters, to Rio. And
Not
like I
dead yet.
Yeah, like I said, Daggermaw's looking really bad. It is nobody else. The other sharks came kind of... So it's Rio's turn. with Neil and Sarissa up after that. Is that to hit the Daggermaw?
Daggermaw.
Okay, that hits. How would you like to end Daggermaw?
Rip his gills open, pouring a huge cloud of blood into the water.
You
which
monster.
Just might attract
It
the
might.
other sharks.
Right.
It might. We'll see. I'm actually going to roll for that on their turns.
And now I pivot to number 1.
Okay.
And stabby again.
That looks like a crit to me.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm going to hold off on rolling damage when it comes to crits. I'm going to leave it up to you guys how you feel like doing it. You're going to declare it before you do it, but my rule, if you want to follow it, is you roll your weapon damage 3 times and you take the higher 2 and then you add your bonus from your mod. You can also do roll once, double it, and add your mod, or you can just flat out roll twice and then add your mod. It's up to you.
Okay, so
ignore the rolls you did there and then decide how you want to do crits for yourself for this turn at least.
okay, I'll go for the 3d8
Okay.
minus discarding the lowest number and then
Yes.
adding the mod.
Yeah.
So that's 5 plus
13.
8,
Yep.
13 plus 4 makes
17.
17.
Number 1 is not taking any damage yet, so you don't get the colossal.
And I think I will apply favored foe now.
Okay, so, and remind me what that is.
Adds a d4 one time per round on a successful attack.
Is that as you hit, or is it like a bonus thing? Bonus action thing?
It's when I hit
Okay.
damage.
So since that was a crit, you can do the same thing for your D4. So you'd like to roll that 2 more times and take the best 2?
So that's 5.
5 more, yep.
And that's it.
Any bonus action or movement you want to do?
Nope. Sit and tight.
And for everybody else who can see you, are you looking bloodied, which is less than half HP, or?
Yes.
Yes. Are you looking like on your last leg, which is less than a quarter HP?
Nope.
Okay. Cool.
I'm aware. I'm gonna. Neil's gonna save him.
Sarissa, Neil, you're up. Sarissa next, and the sharks. And Neil, by the way, you would know based on my rules that you could, in theory, use like a healing word as a reaction before your turn if you wanted to on Rio. And then regain your reaction when your turn starts again. So, up to you how you want to do that. If you want to do that.
Well, whose turn is it now?
It's your turn now, But retroactively, if you think that you would have liked to use a healing word as your reaction, you would be welcome.
Wait, I thought it was Sarissa's turn now. No? It's my turn.
I thought it was yours. Yeah, it's yours. Yeah, it's yours, Neil. Sarissa's at 12, you're at 19.
Okay.
Initiative.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll bonus action healing word. I'm going to do bonus action healing word at 3rd level.
Wow, okay.
So let's see. So that's going to be Rio. You feel so much better
Wow,
as
dude.
as I yell to you through the water, words of encouragement. 14 back.
I am fairly certain you rolled high enough on your heal that does not trigger my chance to get your spell slot back.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's okay. I'll take the spell. I'll win. That's good. So then with my action, I'm going to point at the shark and use a cantrip. I'm going to say True Strike. I point at the target, and my magic grants me a brief insight into the target's defenses. And on my next turn, I gain advantage on my attack as long as my concentration hasn't been broken.
I never knew that True Strike was a concentration spell, but okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I guess tell me about Mr. Shark. He's AC 12? I take it.
You don't know.
Well,
It's not part of the spell. It's not part of the cantrip.
No. Well, it says brief insight into the target's defenses. So I mean,
But
you could say
it doesn't tell you that you learn. It's not the fighter thing where you learn their stats or.
Isn't it? I thought.
All it does is give you advantage on your next attack.
Vulnerability. No,
No.
It says it gives you a brief insight. Oh.
It would say that stuff.
That's just flavor text.
It's just flavor.
Like, I thought you'd have to tell me like, oh, it's vulnerable to this or.
I mean, it's not. There's literally it's a shark. There's nothing on the stat block that says anything special, but you have advantage on your next attack if you use it by your next turn.
I'll take it.
Any movement from you?
No. I'll try to stay out of range for now.
Okay, so
I'm not moving any closer.
We are up to Sarissa. You have a shark in your face.
I will poke said shark. Is
Okay.
has this one been hurt at all?
Undamaged.
He's undamaged. Okay, so I'll swing at him, and does that hit him?
Sorry, I'm not looking. What's the number?
11.
11 just misses like the last time. It just like you slide across his hard shark skin.
Okay. I'll poke him again.
Okay.
A 19.
That definitely stabs into the sharky skin for sure.
Okay. Can I divine smite him too?
Certainly.
Like when I stick him? I'm trying to remember divine smite. You use the spell slot for that, right?
I believe you only have level 1 spell slots, right?
No, I have level 2 now. So let me first do the regular damage, like so I don't forget.
Yeah.
So that's 4 plus 6, so that's 10.
Shark
and then
2. Okay.
I'm trying to remember the divine smite.
It's 2d8 for a level 1 spell slot or 3d8 for level 2.
Okay, I'll do level 2. Let me find the d8. 1, 2, 3. And he gets, that's not real good. So 13.
Yeah, that 1 did not help you out any there.
No.
Okay.
That's still 24 points of damage. It's not nothing.
Yeah. I was just doing the math. He is looking bloodied. Blood has started to seep out from the shark. And that is your action and attack. And any bonus actions or movement?
I'll use my bonus action to use my my brain isn't.
You
my-
haven't been
my,
hit yet, right?
No.
Okay.
So I'm gonna channel my divinity and get my spell slot back. Use that. up.
Okay. I did not know that was a thing that Vengeance Paladins could do, but I like it.
Yep.
Is
I'll
that
do
level
that.
1 spell slot or level 2?
You can go up to a level 2. It's either channel divinity or like harness divine power. It's one of those. I think it's harness divine power is what it's called. The bonus action.
Okay.
So I grab underwater. I grab my little symbol, and yeah.
Okay.
And by doing that, it expends 1 use of channel divinity.
Channel Divinity, yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, it's got its own it's harness divine power, and it falls under channel divinity. I can use it once, and then I have to long rest before I can use it again. So I'd have to sleep before I could use that again. The harness divine power.
I see that. Okay, cool. All right, any movement?
No.
Okay. That means it is the plural sharks' turns, and they're just gonna attack what's in front of them that's hitting them. They're sharks.
maybe we should negotiate.
So Shark 1 is... Wait, is Shark 1 first? Shark 1 is first. He rolled an 18 plus... It's going to hit Rio. 18 plus whatever. And that... same stats. Like, they are not any better or worse than the previous Shark. He was just older. I gave him slightly more hit points, but it's not going to be a factor in this fight at all. 2d... 8 plus 4, okay. I forgot what the damage was. It's a 7, a 4, so 11 plus 4. So that's 15 more damage to you, Rio. Piercing.
Back to bloody.
You're okay, yeah, you were healed. I forgot about that. By the way, Neil, as an FYI, if you take the 11 from your 3d4, you divide that by 12, and you roll a d100. If you roll above that percentage, you still get that spell slot back, since you did not declare that you wanted just the max healing. So anytime you heal...
Max healing is an option too?
Anytime you heal, you declare either I want max healing, and you cannot use another leveled spell in that turn, or you declare I'm just going to roll for it.
Which you can't really do anyway. Yeah.
Well, it's my house rules. If you declare I'm going to roll for it, then you can still use another leveled spell in your turn. And you can maybe get this spell. Anyway.
I see. I didn't know that.
So yeah.
I would have, yeah.
Do me a favor, roll, divide 11 by 12, and then roll a d100 and see if you roll above it. Okay. No chance. Okay, so spell slot expended. Cool. Alright, anyway, so Shark 1 bit Rio. Rio is back below bloodied. Shark 1's turn is done. Shark 2 rolls a 17. Has a plus 6 to hit. So does 23 hit you, Sarissa?
23, yes. 23 actually hits Sarissa.
Oh, hold on, Rio. Ooh.
So the shark attacked me?
Rio, take back that damage.
14.
I think it was
It was 14.
14.
It was 14, Rio.
The shark did decide to attack the bloody other shark next to it. As for you, Sarissa, let's actually play this out because wait, did I roll an attack roll on you, Sarissa? I did. Okay, I did.
23.
So you are unbloodied, but right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm going to give this equal odds because even though the other shark that's dead is further away from it, it smells the blood. So it sees a fresh Sarissa. Okay, so 10 or lower goes after the Daggermaw. 11 or higher goes after you. It is a 12.
Okay, so it comes at me for 23. It hits at 23.
Yeah, it attacks you with a 23, which I believe hits.
Yeah.
Okay. 2d8 plus 4. Where are you? 5. 2, so 7 plus 4 is 11.
Okay.
So unless you have resistance to piercing, you take 11 damage.
All right, so now I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke on him, so he needs to make a Dex of 14. Yeah.
You roll an 18 plus 1.
So he'll take 6 points damage.
That's your 12 divided by 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Shark 2 is... Oh, well, it's already looking bloody, but now it's even looking more bloody. Okay. Daggermaw's dead. Back to Rio, top of the round, followed by Neil and Sarissa.
Excuse me, D&D Beyond just decided it needed to show me a commercial, so...
Don't worry,
Showing commercials?
What? No. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm just going to train all my dice to land on the highest number, so don't worry about it.
That's not cool.
So, number 1 with a rapier to the gills.
Yep. 18 hits. It's D&D.
Before Colossus Slayer applies.
Holy monkey. So
And
12 for your rapier plus
Even
7
better.
for your Colossus.
I don't know if I told you, but my true strike was against number 2. 'Cause
I don't think you have to specify.
Well, I had to point it.
I don't think you do.
It says you point at something, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
I thought it was just like
At-
a blanket, your next attack that has advantage. What was the D4 from Rio? Oh. Favorite foe?
Yes.
Was that wasn't on Daggermaw, that was on number 1?
That was on number 1.
Okay.
I didn't declare it until
It's fine.
Daggermaw was in his death throes.
That is fine.
And
I
number-
forgot.
Okay, and now second stabby.
By the way, before you declare your target, number 1 is looking majorly bad.
Uh-huh.
You're still attacking him or moving to number 2?
Still on number 1.
Okay. 9 with your stabby stab. It glances across his rough exterior skin. Manages to
Next
wriggle.
battle.
Yeah. Any bonus action or movement you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. Neil, you're up.
All right, another bonus action. Healing word. This one is at level 2.
Do you want max heal or do you want to roll for it?
I want to roll for it.
Okay.
All right, so roll my damage, 10 points of health back to you, Rio.
Why do you keep rolling so high, man?
That's a pretty amazing, yeah.
Yeah. And then give me a D100. You were shooting for 87.5%. You got 48, so you do not get that spell slot back.
Okay.
Okay.
That was my bonus action.
And like I said, you're welcome to do all of your heals. I think the rules are whatever. So bonus action is fine. So what do you want to do as your action, or you can still do a. You can do a bardic inspiration as your action if you want.
I'm gonna grab my sling and with advantage attack shark number 2. Yeah, for 17 to hit.
All right, and because it is a projectile weapon, even though it's a sling, which you would think would have some drag based on like the sling cup, there's nothing in the rules that says that. So being a projectile weapon, you are not at disadvantage. You have the advantage from True Strike. So 17 does, in fact, pierce some part of the shark.
For 5 points of damage.
All right.
And,
left shark.
I won't move.
All right. Shark 2 is looking, I guess we would say, on its last leg. Yeah. Sarissa, you are up, with sharks following soon after, possibly. Unless you kill them. Who knows?
Which shark is next to me?
2, looking on its last leg.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm having hair issues. I will...
I always have hair issues. I get you. So much to manage.
Right? It's a nightmare. Okay, yeah. So I will stabby, pokey, number 2. 13
Pokeball.
plus 20.
Hits.
All right, he takes 8 points damage, and then I will poke him again.
Okay.
$19 plus 26.
Hits.
Okay.
I don't think you have a way to not kill it. So how do you want to do that?
14 points. I figure if she just sticks it into him, and then just kind of saw, with my shield maybe, I slide my arm all the way through my shield so I can get it and kind of pull like this, so I just slit him right down the middle.
It's like under the bottom jaw and then sawing up.
Yeah.
Brutal.
He's done like this.
Shark 2 done for. You have movement, bonus action, as far as I'm aware.
Really quickly, before he sinks, I tie one of the lines to one of his fins and I let it go, so there's a yellow floaty up above, because I want to haul him up and make a shark tooth necklace.
Okay. If anybody wants to take their time to do the yellow thingy on the shark, I'd be happy to have you do it.
I'll put it.
Shark 2's... Oh, shit. Hold on. Alright. Okay, we do still have Shark 1, who is on its last leg, but they're not the most intelligent creatures. I don't think it would swim away. Yeah, no. So it's gonna try one last time to eat this tasty bleeding elf in front of him, or half elf. You don't know no better. 15 plus 6. Does 21 hit you, Rio?
Yes, it does.
Okay. One possibly last time. That's not a D8. I trained my dice well. That's an 8. Plus a 1. I didn't train it that well. So 9 plus 4 does 13 more damage piercing to you.
Logged.
Luckily, Neil's been healing like the fucking maximum for his damn healing spells. Almost the maximum. Okay.
Not mudded.
Yeah. So, that's all Shark 1 can do. He's looking awful sauce. And Rio, you are up next.
Rapier roll is ineffectual.
Yeah, that just the water current just draws your arm off kilter.
Second. Maybe.
Did it roll? There it is.
15.
Why did I see a 5? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Your first attack hit. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. I mean, how do you want to do this? You hit with one of the 2 attacks. Doesn't matter. So how do you want to do this? With your rapier.
Let me roll damage. And then add the D4. So that's 10 plus the D4 makes 11.
Okay. It had 2 hit points left, so how do you want to do this?
Chop off its tail, put it in my backpack, and sell it to somebody for shark fin soup.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check super quick. Oh, God. Really? So...
Nat 20.
Yeah, nat 20 for Rio. Shark fin soup is about the dorsal fin. The tail is just... Yeah. However, you combined with Sarissa also wanting to harvest these sharks. With that 20, you guys can make good work out of all 3 of these. If one of you,
Nice.
like, you know, cavorts with the others to tie something buoyant to Daggermaw as well as Shark 1, and we can go over that depending on how much time you want to spend harvesting from these sharks. And they're heavy, so dragging them up onto land will be more difficult. So it depends on how much time you want to spend.
Let's get the treasure first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys spent 2 more turns than the last time I checked, so you guys are currently at
2 or 3.
I'm gonna say I think it was 2. It could be 3. I don't know. I'm fine. Actually, you might be right. It might be 3. But whatever. I'll do it. So you're currently at turn. Why am I using 1s for all these? Also, fuck it. I did not keep track of any damage at all, so that lasted 1 fucking session. I'm sorry. I was too excited with everything else that was going on. I can go back. If you guys want me to, I can go back and track damage done. Anyway. A minute has passed into your hour of underwater breathing potion.
Only a minute?
Yeah, right? Combat is quick, man. It's crazy. So, you've explored 2 of the shipwrecks. You have 3 more, because I did mention that I was wrong that the crab pulled everything from one of the shipwrecks. It just pulled some kind of like random treasure. So you have 3 more shipwrecks to explore if you want to. Is Neil going to spend some time? Well,
We gotta get that one I dropped.
yeah, you have the one you dropped. You don't necessarily. It has a thing attached to it, so you can see at most it may have drifted down this slope that you can see on the map, like another 10 feet horizontally, but probably also like 10 feet vertically. But you can still see the attachment to it. So
Okay. Well, I don't know. Neil's strong enough to pull it through the water.
you pulled it from the water the first time. Like they didn't.
Oh yeah, I just pulled it up by the rope. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't carry it to the surface of the water. However,
Okay, yeah, then why don't I work on getting that one up to dry land while Rio and Sarissa search for others.
For the sake of brevity, because this is how this entire thing was written, and I'm gonna stick. I already increased some hit points because you guys are higher level than you're supposed to be for this part. For the sake of brevity, there are no other attacks. You guys find in the next northern shipwreck, you find it is called the Vainglory, and you find a cloak that is wrapped around a skeleton that is in what you could discern to be the captain's quarters.
Ooh. Cloak?
Yep. You're going to have to get these things identified or attuned to them to understand what they are. In the next northernmost wreck, you find that it's called the Sea Urchin. You find a locked chest with a starfish, just a normal starfish attached to it.
Just a normal starfish.
And that's all. Yeah, as far as you know, that's all you see. And in the
It's not a fey starfish.
In the no, not as far as you know.
A fake starfish.
And then in the northernmost shipwreck, all well within your 1 hour of underwater breathing and swim speed. Like it's not even, it's like another 5 minutes tops. You find a weapon of your choice.
So, not to be a... So, here's the dealio, the one where we find a weapon of our choice. Back when we played on November 12th, Ivan went down to that ship, and we had a choice of a weapon of our choice.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought...
And Rio got his +1 melee. That's where, I got my +1 ranged weapon. So, just,
okay, so...
you know.
It wasn't the crab that found the octopus hide armor? You guys got that some other way?
No, he brought that back, and then we got asked. He also brought back that said
weapon of our choice. I remember that happened.
It's that, but I have a question mark, and I think I have it written like we had a choice between either getting that octopus hide or getting a weapon, a +1 weapon. Like I said, I can't quite tell the way I wrote it down.
I wouldn't have done that to you, so I think that you may have got both. I think I may have just allowed the octopus hide thingy to be an extra bonus thing. Although I don't know why, but...
Ivan the Boneless dove on the shipwreck and he bought us, and it says, do we want, a +1 range weapon, a +1 melee, or something +1 for Neil, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got my +1 sword.
Oh!
From.
It wasn't Ivan, so the, there was that skeleton.
The mermaid lady did it. The spirit we freed.
It was the spirit? It wasn't like you didn't find that on that inert
No, she dove and got it for us.
No, that was the crab. The crab dove. I think you guys got that octopus thing from that inert Moesco.
We got the blue of the vial of blue shimmering liquid and the octopus hide armor from the Tower of Stones.
Yeah, so that was not in the water. That was not the crab. You guys got that from...
Yeah, we got it here, though, somewhere, and then the crab went in the water to the shipwreck, and that's where we got our +1 weapons. But it was all happening at the same time, and while we were looking around the Tower of Stones, the crab went in the water.
Okay. Yes, the octopus thingy, that armor came from...
Tower of Stones, it says.
Yeah, it was above ground. It wasn't in the water. And I think I remember that now. It was like... It was on, like, the seemingly dead Moesco, like, slumped beneath his armor. Hold on.
Yeah, and then the sea elf, the Banshee Morale or whatever.
Yeah, so Moesco was an anchorite of Talos, clad in armor made from giant octopus hide. And I just made up that would let you create, like, a cloak that had advantage on stealth if you stood still and you, like, camouflaged. So you did, you're I'm sorry, you were right, and thank you for reminding me. You did get that +1 weapon from the shipwreck, so... Do any of you have the identify spell?
No.
Do any of you have a way to pick locks?
Yep.
Rio, you have thieves' tools?
Battery.
No.
Power on.
You guys are talking at the same time. What?
I just heard somebody say battery
Battery
low, power off.
Yeah, my battery just died.
Oh. No, I do not have these tools.
So y'all would need thieves' tools to pick locks.
Yeah.
You do not necessarily have to have proficiency with them, but the lock picking check will not get your proficiency bonus.
Right, but we still need to have the tools.
Yeah, you need to get the tools. You could, in theory, find somebody in town who was good at picking locks. I mean, that's not in the book, but I'm sure somebody likes to, in their free time, mess with locks, and it's plenty prevalent in America, at least, so it's probably somewhat prevalent in fantasy times. I think between you guys and your horses, you could pretty easily... Well, if you're not going to pick them here, you could fashion a way to drag them to town.
We can't break them open?
You could theoretically break them open, but you do not know how that would damage anything inside.
True.
So it's up to you.
I like the idea of...
I'm fine with just brute force Neil. I can see Neil being like, I don't care, let's break it anyway.
Yes, just smash them on the rocks.
Yeah. Just drop it.
Yeah. You go up to the top of the tower that we're at, and is there a place that we can just drop them over the side so that they'll split open on the somewhere over in, let's see, this
Just
area?
like the TVs from our dorm room when I was in college, the hockey players would get bored and go up to the top floor and chuck them out.
I'm so glad I never experienced that when I went to college. That's barbaric.
We had fun. Our
Throwing
dorms,
TVs from... That's not fun.
They were old UHF TVs that didn't work anyway, and so they drew targets on the ground. We go up to the 5th floor. We used to tie off. We're single-handedly, my little group of friends, responsible for the reason why at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, you're not allowed to put any part of your body outside of a dorm room window. We used to tie off on the stairwell and rappel down the side of the building. And my buddy Tom got really drunk and went to jump from above the 3rd floor window, and rappel down to the cement. But he braked too quick and went slamming in through the window, slapped into the ceiling, back outside the building, lost his brake, slid like 15 feet. It was fun.
Insanity.
It was great.
Okay, so real quick, your first inclination is to just drop these locked chests from a very tall height.
Yes.
Not to try to like slash them open with a sword, or you just want to drop them.
Hold on, Neil. Now, that sounds like an excellent idea. Rio, do you think you can pick these locks?
I have no idea, but I can try.
All right, Neil, I completely understand your sentiment. Let's try to pick the locks first, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And even if he gets to pick the locks and gets in, we will still take these chests and drop them off the top of the tower to
Okay,
appease your need.
Okay, good.
Rio or anybody, and don't like make up something that's perfect for this particular thing. Like, just please look at your inventory. Do you guys have anything you think would work as a makeshift lockpicking tool?
Wouldn't just wire and stuff work?
Why would you have wire? Like, tell me why you think you have wire.
Well, you know, if you've got heavy armor and stuff, there's metal bent. It's not that hard to, so you can
To
fix
shear
your
off a
chainmail.
little piece of your chainmail to make it into a wire? Yeah, that's really fucking hard.
I've got oil. I've got a lantern.
How about a hammer? Is it an external lock?
You could maybe theoretically try to hammer the lock off, but that DC is going to be high. Probably higher than trying to slash it open with a good sword.
How about fish hooks in my fishing tackle?
Okay.
And I've
Okay.
got a hammer to hammer it into different shapes.
You might lose that fish hook, but it's not exactly expensive to buy a new one, so... Okay. You want to give that a try?
Yep.
Okay, so give me a dexterity check. Do you have proficiency with, like, blacksmithing or... Let's start with blacksmithing.
Tool, hooks, utensils, herbalism, longhorn, woodcarver tools. That's what.
Okay, so just give me a dex check to see if you can fashion these tools into anything resembling lockpicking tools. Or sorry, fashion the hook into...
And it says 16 plus 7 or 23.
Your dex check is +7? You have 24 dex?
Saving throws are a
Not-
+7.
Not a saving throw, a check. So it's a
Okay.
D20 plus
So
your
that's
dex mod.
Okay. That'd be a 20. 16 plus 4.
Okay. Then, yeah, you are able to fashion one of your fish hooks beyond all reason into what could resemble a lockpicking tool.
Nice.
So give me... What's your... Okay, actually... The DC is kind of high, actually, here. So, give me 3 D20 rolls with your dex modifier. And if you roll 20 or higher, you succeed within 3 tries. If you do not roll 20 or higher, then you have broken your fishing hook thingy.
Like nice. Skill challenge.
19 plus 4 makes 23. Bingo.
You bastard. All right, is that your first? Is that your first roll or within?
No, that was 3. 15, a 9,
Okay.
and a 19.
Okay. You save
So
your
third roll.
you save your brutalized fishing hook as a future non-proficient thieves tools if you'd like to add that to your inventory, just like makeshift thieves tools, and get rid of that fishing hook, please. But that's for one of the locked chests. So if you want to choose the one from the Orca, which is the first one, the one from the Golden Gull, which is the second one, or the one from the Sea Urchin, which is the the fourth ship you visited. Excuse me.
That was awesome, Rio. Do it again.
And so choose one of those 3 chests for me, please. And
Number 3.
So is that... So you have Orca, Golden Gull. You're choosing the one from the Sea Urchin with a starfish attached to it?
Yep.
Okay. Inside of the one with the starfish clinging to it, you find a chest filled with straw, within which is packed a delicate, 9-inch tall, blue quartz statuette of a mermaid. So, if you want to add that to your inventory...
Blue quartz statuette mermaid. 9
Yeah.
inch tall.
If you would please put in your notes somewhere that came from a shipwreck, so that when you get it, if you choose to get it appraised in the future, I know where the fuck I'm looking. You would know that your makeshift thieves tools could survive one more attempt if you were to get a 20 or higher with your D20 plus Dex mod. If you want to try on another chest. Fail or succeed, it's done. Thieves tools also aren't really expensive, so like you just gotta get it. You gotta get the locked chest back to town if you fail, so which isn't hard.
Okay, added to inventory.
Okay, are you gonna try with your fish hook on another chest, or you guys want to just drag these 2 chests back to town?
2.
Okay. D20 plus Dex.
3 rolls.
Just 1. It's
D20
broken.
Plus... Okay.
It's broken after 1, whether you fail or succeed. Fucking seriously?
After I rebooted, it seems to be behaving itself.
Yeah. So that's for the viewers. That is a 19 plus 4. So that's another success on these janky thieves tools. So you lose that fish hook thieves tools thingy. It's gone. Non-salvageable as anything. So just you can delete it if you want to. It's useless. You open up which one? The one from the Orca, which is the first shipwreck, or the one from the Golden Gull, which is the second one?
Golden.
From the Golden Gull, that locked chest opens, containing 120 electrum pieces. I believe that's like 1.5 gold each. If my...
No, electrum is halfway between gold and silver.
Oh, so it's 1.5 silver each? I thought it was 1.5 gold.
No. Silver is gold.
10 silver
is 10
is
silver.
1. Yeah, 10 silver is 1 gold, so it's 5 electrum is 1 gold, right?
No. It's half a gold. An electrum is half a gold.
Okay. So you found 60 gold, but
Okay.
it's 120 electrum, so let's make sure that you guys put the electrum in there in case that plays some weird role in purchasing later on, like vendors that don't understand what the fuck electrum is, maybe. Who knows?
Just
So keep track of
everybody-
that.
So, Yeah, so everybody add 40 to their inventory sheet.
40 electrum, sure.
That way each of us have it with us in case we need it
Sounds
for
good.
something.
You also find a black silk pouch in there. And if you were to like kind of feel it, it feels like there's some balls inside. Spheres, not testicles, but spherical balls.
Oops.
This is all still on Rio. If Rio wants to like
Yeah.
pass the pouch or inspect it himself, or
Ooh, what are those? What are those? Neil will fly up and grab the bag away from Rio and open it.
Rio, are you letting that happen, or is there a contestation going on?
He gets a demonstration of the virtue of manners.
Which means what? Sorry.
Backhand to the face.
All right.
Oh.
So give me an attack roll with an unarmed strike, which I don't think you have any proficiency in. So that's your what? Dex plus D20?
So 22.
Okay. What would your damage be for an unarmed strike? I think it's 1 plus your strength mod. So 2, okay. So Neil, you do take 2 backhand to the face damage.
Okay.
Sarissa will be like, "Oh, Neil, come here. I need you to look in," and she'll just pull her little pouch she keeps her gold in. I can't even remember what's in here. Just could you tell me? And holds it up for him to dig through her little money pouch, make him feel better.
So let's go. Okay, so Rio, are you opening the pouch, or are you just kind of pocketing it, or what are you doing with it?
Now, Neil, why don't you ask for the pouch?
Well, I just thought if you weren't going to open it, then I was going to open it, because somebody had to open it, so I just thought I would open it. But, I mean...
stick it in my pocket.
Okay. Neil, when Sarissa gives you her pouch of gold, what do you do with it?
Pouch of gold.
Yeah,
Have I
she
seen
se-
this pouch of gold before?
She gave you like...
Sorry.
What would this look like?
It's just like a little pouch where I don't keep all my gold in it, but it's where I just keep, like, my pocket change in.
It's like when they say cut purses, there's like they're cutting a string. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have, like, patted my shoulder, like, land here, and I would have held it like this. Then if you landed, I would have just also grabbed your ankle and gave you 2 points of healing, too. But, did you land? I'm holding it up like this, like...
Yeah, I'd fly over and be like, this is not magic, Sarissa. I was looking for magic items, but that's fine. I mean, we can share everything. I thought we were all sharing everything.
Okay, and so I'll just grab him by his ankle while he's talking and just give him 2 points of healing to fix his face, smack.
Rio, you would have heard what Neil just said. Do you have any response to the sharing everything thing, or?
I think I'm getting a little weary of the lack of manners. And so I just give him a glare and say, I just give him a glare.
Okay. Does Neil clock it, or is he focused on gold?
My bag of stuff.
Does Neil what?
Do you clock the glare?
Meaning, do I see it?
Do you notice it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I would, yeah.
Okay. Do you have any reaction to it? That's visible?
No, I'm not gonna, like, he's not gonna push his luck.
Okay.
And I just gave you 2 points. I just healed you up, too.
Okay.
Thank you.
So...
And then, sorry.
Lean over to Neil and go, Please and thank you goes a long way in this world. As in, like, this plane. Because she's not been to the Feywild, but she's assuming it's different.
And Neil, super quick, I just want to know what your response is to that, what Sarissa said, and then what you might be doing, if anything, with the gold, with the pouch that she.
I wouldn't take the pouch. I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
I don't care about the pouch. I'm just
Okay.
Yeah.
sort of just being pouty and surly, just
Yeah.
sitting on Sarissa's shoulder.
Okay, cool. That's all. Yeah, works for me. So you guys have. So Rio, please make sure that you put black silk pouch from
Already
shipwreck.
done.
Okay, so that if you open it at some point in time, let me know so I can tell you what's in there. You guys have that cloak, and upon inspection of the cloak, you notice that it has some weird capacity to look a bunch of different ways. Like, it's almost as if it responds to, like, your desire of how it might look. But if you want any further information, you're gonna have to use you have to find somebody who can or use the so I word. What's it called? Inspect? No. Identify. Thank you. I said it earlier in the day. I can't remember. Okay. You guys have that statuette. You can keep the chest or try to sell it from that sea urchin ship. You can keep the chest or try to sell it or throw it away of the orca chest. Wait, no, you haven't opened that one. From the golden gull, you can keep or sell or throw away whatever that chest. You already got the +1 weapon, so that's all that's left. So you have that cloak that's kind of weird. You have a locked chest that has not been opened. And those two chests which you've opened and can do with what you will. So, are you keeping those chests to sell later? Are you taking them to camp? Like, what are you doing with those chests? The opened ones.
Neil, do you want to take these to the top of the tower and drop them off?
Well, we could give one to Ivan. Maybe he could like make a home out of it underneath, down there or something.
Oh, that's good. Let him have
something. It is too big for Ivan for sure. Sorry, no, Ivan is too big for it. He's a giant crab.
Too big for it. Okay,
yeah.
He's a giant crab, right?
He could keep his belongings in it though.
Could, yeah.
Yeah, I would offer one to Ivan if nobody else cares.
Yeah.
You give this to Ivan?
Yeah, you can have this. You want it?
You see, like, I don't know what crab tears look like, but you see, like, the formation. I'm like, Ivan never get any. Yes, thank you. Don't know what to do with, but thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ferryman, good man.
Rio, do you want to sell the other chest, or do you want to, or should we, Sarissa's checking in with Rio. Like, what do you do? Is this second chest even worth any money?
You asking me or Rio?
I'm asking Rio what he thinks.
Okay.
I don't think that the chest by itself is going to be worth hauling it, since I wasn't able to pick open chest number 1. We're going to have to haul that.
Okay.
To see if we can get it opened by a master thief.
So we either leave it here or we let Neil destroy it. What do you want to do, Neil?
Oh, you mean to throw it off the top of the tower?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay then.
All right.
Neil grabs the chest and goes and I guess he goes up into the tower and goes up to that first terrace level or something, and just throws it off into the courtyard.
Okay. As a quick reminder, if you're looking at like the big map, no, the map that you're on, but like the over where I'm circling, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's like floor 2, and the lighthouse over here will be floor 3.
Right. So I'm on floor 2 on that terrace that I can just walk out over to.
Okay, you want to check it from
Chuck
floor
it
2.
off.
Okay.
And then just like
Off onto this area.
down here.
Gotcha. Yeah, no check required. The chest. Actually, give me a strength check. To see if you can fling it down with gusto. Oh man. No, so you drop it, and from the second floor, it's a heartily sturdy made chest. With a 5, you see like one splinter break from the chest, but it is otherwise completely intact.
Sarissa will look up at Neil and be like, perhaps we should just leave the chest here in case somebody comes along and might need it.
Well, sure, but look, I can fix it too. And I fly down there and I touch it and I cast mending.
There you go. Excellent.
Easy enough. A full chest is once again there. After a minute.
Perfect.
So what y'all doing? You guys did mention, I don't want to because you haven't mentioned it again since then, I don't want to penalize you, but you did mention trying to harvest things from the sharks. Do you want
I'm
to
just
still...
gonna yank their teeth out.
Teeth, okay. Give me a nature, medicine, or survival check, whichever one you feel best at.
I think they're all the same. It doesn't matter. I was looking at it as a straight strength, just like you just cut the jaw out. Let's see. I'll give you. Let's see, nature. Yeah, they're all the same. They're just I don't get any bonuses. So yeah, 6.
I see what you're saying with just yanking the teeth out. I'm trying to figure out if there would be any...
The sharks...
How much time do you want to spend doing it? Do you want to yank every tooth out or just a few?
No, I'm just gonna yank the big mature ones in the front, just and like 15 or 20 of them.
You can between the 3 of these sharks for sure. 15, 20 is fine.
Yeah.
Do you want
I'm not
anything?
even gonna make a necklace
Anything else from these sharks? I know that Rio wanted the shark fin, and probably also grabbed the tail from one of them.
Yeah, I'll look at Rio and be like, would you like me to cut off the fins and the tail?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarissa will just thaw off the tails and the fins.
So, amongst all of your inventory, make sure that you have 3 shark fins, 3 shark tails, 20 shark teeth, unless Rio and or Neil wanted to get more shark teeth. I'm hearing nothing, so I'm going to assume no.
Nope.
Do you guys want any of the shark meat or...
Sharks taste disgusting.
I've heard they're not bad. Like, they're a delicacy in Japan.
Yeah,
But
well,
poisonous if prepared wrong.
yeah. Has to do with I think the uric acid level.
Something like that, yeah. Okay. So they will be these shark carcasses, aside from what you have gained from them, will be nibbled upon by the crabs. Maybe even big crab will get in on it. Cool. We're nearing the end of the session. Do you guys want to? It's roughly 4 p.m. This didn't all take a long time. Do you want to make your way back to Not no, like 5 our time, sure, but like in game time,
okay.
it's about 4 p.m.
Okay.
So do you guys want to make your way back to town or back to the camp you've set up?
Whatever you guys want to do.
We will end the session in one of those 2 spots. So whatever you guys decide. Neil, if you're talking, I don't know why we can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Switch.
Yeah.
I was gonna say our camp is so close to Fandolin that
It's
I don't know.
same old, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go back to camp would be my vote.
Okay.
We could also theoretically make camp with a dragon barrow. Huh? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. Whatever you guys want to do.
Nah.
Okay. So
Yeah, we'll just
your
go back
camp?
to camp.
Okay.
Marissa's in charge.
Yeah. So, Rio, are you all right with cooking us a delicious dinner tonight?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So we'll just go back to camp so we don't have to deal with anybody in town or anything.
So a dinner made of shark meat, which has a 5% chance of
No.
poison. Oh, fine. Okay.
No shark meat. The shark meat is absolutely disgusting, as is whale meat, as is walrus blubber.
Why would it be a
It's gross.
delicacy if it was gross?
Because different strokes for different folks. It depends on what you're raised on.
I suppose.
I went to school with people that loved gink. You could not pay me to eat that stuff.
Did you say to gink?
It's called gink.
Okay, and what is that?
It's I think it's the Tlinkets, maybe it's the Simpson Indians. You bury like the head and the body of the fish. You line the hole in the sand, and we have volcanic rocks in Alaska, so the sand is black with kelp, and you put it in there, and then after the first generations of fly larvae hatch, there's a lot of extra protein, and you scoop it out over dried seaweed. It's a lot of protein, but
Oh, it's got.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
So wait, this is like meat that you bury under sand, and then eventually
fish.
like you fish, whatever.
Flies
But
come and lay eggs, and that's extra protein. Larvae are protein, and so once that first generations of flies hatch, they unbury it, and then you spoon it over dried seaweed, and you can smell whomever had to eat that for dinner the next day.
mm-hmm.
But if you're raised on it and stuff, you know, it's like walrus or it's like seal blubber and stuff. Like, to me, it's absolutely gross. But if you were raised on that, that's the shiznit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They used to have a rule in our dorm room where they weren't allowed to bring those fry daddies and fry up whale or seal blubber because it would smell up the entire dorm to the point where, like, you know, all the white kids were gagging and dying, but
Yeah.
you know, some of the other kids, that was like some good stuff.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like lutefisk.
I
Oh,
know.
my grandpa would love
heard
that
of
stuff.
lutefisk.
It's just, oh, it's
I don't know
gross.
what it is, but I've heard of it.
It's fish that's dried and salted and soaked in lye to preserve it. And then you got to rinse it and everything. It's like eating a salty booger. It's just, ugh.
It's
But if
stored
you're
in
raised on it-
lye?
No, they soak it in lye. It helps
Like the
preserve
same
it.
shit that you combine with like human fat to make soap? That lye?
Yeah,
The
it
same
preserves
stuff
it.
you use to Dutch process chocolate. Have you
Yep.
ever had Hershey's cocoa?
Yep, they use lye.
Yeah.
But you soak it afterwards. You get all the lye out, but the texture gets so. And so unless it's something that you were raised on, most people, unless you're used to eating it, will find it repulsive. So
Okay. I don't know where to go from this, so I think this
Yeah.
is the end of
I think it's a great way to end it.
thank you guys for all fucking showing up because I missed this game. And I hope we play
Yes.
next week. So I will see you all later.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good
I'll
game.
text you, John.
Thank you.